Hello, everyone. Welcome to another. What? What's that face for?
It's just so
Whose
like...
face? Whose face are you referring to, dear Steve?
The one who already tried explaining herself.
Okay,
That
good
face.
evening, everybody.
The one who's center screen for me, so that's like just jumped right out at me. And I'm
You're
like,
sounding
"What?
like you're,
Don't
you're
judge
like
me."
trying to talk a meditation.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome everyone. Tonight we're going to have a fantastic four-way into fantasy. No, not so much.
No.
What just happened?
I don't know.
What are you trying to turn my channel into?
I don't know.
I said, those are all
missed
legit
it.
words. Foray.
Oh, foray.
Oh, okay, I thought you said that's not what I heard either.
Not what I heard.
What did it sound
Not
like?
what I heard.
Wow.
I thought it was four-way. And I'm just glad I'm not the only one that went there.
I run a PG show here
That just brought tears to my eyes.
Anyway, we're
on
gonna
a
play a
PG
game.
channel.
We are, yeah,
play a
let's
game, right?
maybe try to start earlier than we did the last time.
Yeah, we don't flip that
Maybe.
switch until the kids go to bed. So,
Oh,
welcome everybody to another exciting episode of Ætherealms, Fortune's Favor, with the dynamic crew of Tyke's Fortune, who are currently without a ship and wandering through.
well, let's be honest, we're never
Wilderness.
going back to that ship.
Come on now.
Sorry, Lexi. Not gonna happen.
Well, then I'll have to leave you guys. Bye.
Nah, we'll find a way. You'll be okay.
Jetpack.
Jetpack. Sorry.
All right. All right, before we get rolling here, though, let's do our shout-outs. So we will start with Laura.
Yeah, hi, welcome to Lakeside Legendz, where we are telling fantasy stories. Yay!
PG
we're
ones.
okay. Woo, yes.
We hope.
You know, I think the fantasy blood and gore and violence probably tips it over to the PG-13 a little bit sometimes, but that depends, I guess. Anyway, we are a fantasy storytelling community, and we are streaming tabletop role-playing games. I can't just say Dungeons and Dragons anymore because this is only kind of... It's not strictly Dungeons and
No,
Dragons.
it's not. It's a little bit mixed.
But we do stream a Dungeons and Dragons campaign Friday nights at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time, where we're wrapping up with the Curse of Strahd. And we didn't play last week. That they were gonna play without me, but then there was a work conflict, so they just canceled because then they'd only have 2 players. And that's not. So there's the Discord. Come hang out.
I feel like the best time to take out Strahd is when you're at half party capacity.
100%. Yeah, why not?
He would never see it coming.
Why
He
don't
wouldn't.
you also fight Tiamat and Cthulhu while you're at it? You know, just go for the trifecta.
I'm really glad my DM doesn't watch anything we do because he doesn't need those ideas. Because he might actually use them. Our Discord is in the chat. You can come, hang out, talk nerdy stuff, find people who you can do fantasy projects with. And that is all I have. Back to you, Steve.
Excellent. What else we got going on?
Geek Grind Coffee.
Nothing? Oh.
That's it. Promo code Iconic.
Okay. All right.
Buy some coffee.
Get your coffee
down-
today with the promo code
downplayed it this
Iconic.
There's also cheese.
Going with the real subtle,
And tea.
subtle.
And shirts.
And tea.
And mugs.
All of the things.
And coffee sets. And beans, grounds. They're soon going to have the little pods. Geek Grind Coffee. Promo code Iconic. Help us out.
You gotta check out these beans.
Caffeine. Ooh.
All hail the god of caffeine.
That's actually what I probably should be drinking right now.
I mean, same.
But that's it. Promo code
Maybe
Iconic.
you have a chance. Yeah. All right. That being said, I will say, Laura, you mentioned this earlier, that the system's roots are in Dungeons and Dragons because that's what I cut my teeth on in role-playing games and such, and so it's just evolved from that. So there's elements of it that's in there, especially the D20 because that's sacred. There's just I've tried other systems with like where you roll different like 3d6s, things like that, but there's just something about rolling a 20 that just rolling 3 6s isn't even the same.
That you get to roll a d20.
Yeah.
I don't like it when he rolls d20s.
I don't like it when he rolls.
Because when he has his favorite one, when he doesn't have to roll, on the online stuff, that thing is a killer.
It does roll lots of 20s.
It does roll lots of 20s.
And it's the plainest looking die ever. It is so
I know, it's the ugliest red.
It's not ugly.
It's ugly. It's an ugly red die. It looks old.
Red.
It looks beat up, and it rolls a lot of 20s.
If you have an ugly boss dice at home, tell us in the chat.
Definitely.
Paint's like all scraped off of it at this point.
That's how you know it's had years. It's got experience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's got experience.
Everybody should have that.
It's a level 20 D20, you know? It's got the experience.
True. It is true. It is brutal. Whew.
That's why nobody's allowed to touch it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get into character. All right. So, last week, step 2 of the mission finally was realized when the group left the city of Harbor Rock to make it to Terravale to catch a train to Miramore. Prior to that, all sorts of things happened. The mysterious box remained a mystery. The cloaked figure who had said box, still a mystery.
It's Val.
The motivations for the captain given said box to said cloaked figure, still a mystery.
Wow, we just know nothing. We know nothing. That's true. We don't even know if it's really the captain.
The identity of the captain, still a mystery.
Oh, Captain,
What was Mr. Fluffy doing there? Still a mystery.
Well, that's right, we did see Mr. Fluffy at some point, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. That was before you guys even rescued me.
On us. He was a part of the whole setup. That's why he was there.
Someone to warn you.
I'm telling y'all,
Yeah, Mr. Fluffy was my
you
friend.
stay out of cities. Nothing good happens in them.
Nothing good
Lorna,
happens in a
for
city. For any viewers who live in cities,
Our
sorry.
condolences?
We apologize for that.
Am I the only one here that lives in a city?
I live in this.
No,
Not a big city.
I live in a city.
City too,
That's
but it's
Florida's
not.
quote of the day. That is her full-on belief. You're okay if you're in a town or if you're in a village. You're good. But, those cities.
Those cities, man.
Yes,
Those cities, man.
City slicker.
that's where trouble ensues. En route to extending these mysteries, though, 2 new faces have joined the crew and decided to go on this merry little adventure that was assigned by Templeton Fisk to go and help the professor in the city of Miramore. And that is where we'll begin as you're on your way to catch the train. So, there's some resting that need to be done. On the first day, you leave the city, and you're on this road here. There's, I say, moderate traffic. It's a main road, and so you're kind of either passing or being passed.
I didn't mean it.
Concentration check. You did it. And so you had some really small talk with them as you're passing by and such, and then others pass by, greeting you good day, some not giving you the time of day. So it's just different interactions with people. Those with children got a big kick out of Wynn. Wynn got a big kick out of them. Patel continues to talk to the horses the entire time.
She's also hyper aware. If she had dog ears, they would be like going crazy. She's just
taking
on
it all
edge
in.
the whole
Hence
time.
the concentration check. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we work it in. We'll work it in. It's all by design. So the first evening when you decide to break, there's actually several different wagons and groups and such that kind of like sporadically around this particular area where you set up camp. Quiet night, large crowds. There's some music playing from the other ones and such, but everybody kind of just kept to themselves for the most part. The next morning, so heal that up. So that's 1 8-hour rest period.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to read that. What is that? Let's see here. 1 vitality point per character level after 8 hours.
It's not a lot.
Level 1.
Oh, 2.
2.
No,
Are we level 2?
2.
Oh, we're level 2. So we got 2 points.
I
Also-
get 1.
Oh, but
Wait.
you can do treat checks though
Yes.
to add an additional 1 per level.
And
if
I
you
would,
make those.
Lorna would definitely be doing that to help.
All right,
others
so
out.
whip out some treat checks.
How about some treats?
You know what? We'll just say you took 10. You passed. I don't want to get to the minutia of that. So
Okay.
4 for everybody, for the most part.
Is that's our healing?
That's
Vitality.
under vitality. If you're missing any, I don't know if you're missing any. You never get hit.
Do I recover any wound points? Because I'm still, I'm still.
No, that needs much longer rest.
How bad are you in wounds?
I'm almost halfway down in my points.
I'm
I'm half dead.
knowing
Now-
that and seeing how bad she is, I would have used Arcana to.
And Lorna, you get all your essence back the next day, so you would probably purge whatever you got if you.
Yeah, I would have dumped. So I have 2 essences after the fight left. So I have to remember which one that is. For
Should cure.
is it cure?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I always have to look.
And be sure
And it's
to
gonna be at the bottom
heal
of it.
Cedric too.
Yeah, no, I am not healing Cedric.
That's still a conversation we
I
need to
know.
have.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't there, so I have no idea.
So
We're getting to that. 1d4
1d4.
plus your gnosis plus your arcana level.
Yes. So
Cedric
1d4.
heals himself.
What's my gnosis?
And when we upgrade to the new release of this, you'll be able to just click the button and do that.
Plus 2. And then what was the other part? Sorry, I closed it so I can see the
Arcana
picture.
level,
Which is
which for you is, whoops, that's when, that's not
1.
you.
Plus 1.
1. Oh, you went with a new look. All right, so that's
I've been
5
playing
wound
with it.
points back.
I'm still playing with it. So you got 5 wound points, and I would do that. You need more, right?
Cannot hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear her.
I can hear her.
her.
That's weird. Oh, there it is.
I heard you just fine.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Mute me.
Steve, are you sure you're just not listening?
Can you hear any of us?
Uh-oh. Can you not hear any of us?
That's a very good
The
question.
look on his face says no.
There, now I can hear you.
Okay.
That was
Just
weird.
her or all of us?
All of you.
Oh. Okay.
So you still need more, correct? You're not-
Yes. I mean, I'm. That was a really good heal, so I'm
But-
pretty good. If you have, I still have points I could need. Yeah, if it took all that.
If we were like getting into camp and like, okay, we're stopped, you know, like this is the end of the day, I would dump whatever I needed to into any to help anyone. So, okay.
Whoa!
Yay, me! I feel great. Thanks, Lorna.
I rolled max, and I'm tapped, guys. I have no more magic for today.
Make sure to sleep.
That is
Now
the
I lost
plan.
everybody again.
Probably after
Is it
all
your-
that, she would definitely be feeling it.
Is it your Bluetooth? Yeah, go to your buds, because sometimes the Bluetooth cuts out.
And she would definitely look around at the rest of the group. Is everyone also all right? As like we're going.
Fine.
What time of day is it?
We're camping.
We're setting up camp
So-
for the night.
End of the day.
Cedric just nods at you.
So we're making camp, right? That's what I'm
Are we actually
understanding.
doing that, or are we traveling through the night?
No, we're
Yeah,
not.
so now-
for the night.
Well, I'll get to a better spot. That was kind of the high traffic area. Next morning, there's two people too close to you to have like probably conversations that you need to have. So the next morning, early morning, some are setting off, and as that day progresses, it starts to get more and more sparse, less and less traffic, and you set up camp. Second day, and that puts us here.
Oh.
So, whoa, I'm so big.
Yeah, I was like, let's.
We're giant now.
Oh, the fireplace. I can feel the fire.
So Catel's going to actually tie her hair up in a high ponytail. And she's not trying to sneak away or anything, but she is going to start leaving the area to go into the woods a bit. Hoping no
Okay.
one's going to bother her about it.
Sorry, I had to turn off this music. It's beautiful, but I can't,
I
hear
can't
anything.
hear it.
You could turn the volume down.
I know, I just didn't have a chance to find where the volume controls were again. There they are.
Sorry, viewers, you cannot hear this music as it is not royalty free. Therefore, it is muted. Thank you,
We're
and have a
making
nice
a
day.
We'll get you there. We'll get you there.
Just covering ourselves on Twitch.
Cedric actually is going to stealthily follow.
Stealth,
Okay,
do I hear
all
him
right, so
following me?
now we got to do a
Actually, yeah.
Cedric
he's doing
stealth
it-
against
If he's doing it,
Laura's.
Laura's following him.
What's that? Okay.
If you
okay.
can
We're
see
still in
me.
order
Should
here.
follow.
And immediately,
In the
we
meantime,
split the party.
Dodger, Bellamy, and Lexi all get slaughtered by the monster that
I was like,
I
party
like
split,
that,
we're
that
good.
it's them that get slaughtered and not the ones who are.
Yeah. All right, so it's gonna be Laura. It's gonna be Laura. You're gonna do your Catel's stealth against Cedric's perception. So you can see if you can. Unless, are you being stealth? Yeah, you said you were kind of
No,
sneaking off.
Well,
Or you just walk off.
She's kind of. She's not trying to be sneaky about it. She's just hoping nobody's gonna like confront her about it.
Oh, then reverse that.
So perception.
Cedric stealth against Catel's perception.
Wow, that's a high multiplier.
Yeah, no clue
Okay,
who's there.
well-
Okay, and then now it's going to be Lorna's stealth against both
I'm
of
not
theirs
trying to be
perception.
sneaky.
Oh,
I'm
you're
trying
not?
to be sneaky.
Okay.
Nope.
Wait, you're following
Do
too?
I? Do I see her following me?
Well, hell, I'm gonna go
I'm
too.
following Cedric. I'm
Damn.
not following
Hold on.
You can't
hold
even
on.
see me. I'm invisible. I'm
No
a
idea what
shadow
Cedric's at.
amongst mist.
Hold on. I'm just going to go pick some wildflowers. Air quotes.
I'm actually.
Please tell me you know what that means.
I didn't. I mean, I assume I saw Cedric heading into the woods, so
Well, you can
he
roll
can't
perception.
go invisible before he walks away unless he actually can go invisible.
Roll perception.
Right.
You know exactly where he's.
What now? Huh?
I was gonna gloat. I was gonna gloat really hard.
I know.
Catel's all like, who are you talking to, Lorna? There's no one there.
Hello.
He's got like a fern in front of his face.
You all do you know what that phrase means? Going to go pick wildflowers?
No.
I most definitely do. But I'm pretty sure Cedric was going to follow you, so I figured I'd follow him.
That would have been awkward.
A bit.
So maybe
And I'll
stay
just
here?
look directly at Cedric, leaning against a tree.
So Cattell, up at that point, had no idea. And then he's just right in a shadow that you didn't catch. He's standing there.
Yeah, Cedric, that would have been awkward. I just need a minute. I'll be right back. Unless you want to watch me. I'm not comfortable with that personally, but oh my gosh, I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh, on there now. You have fun with that.
Thank you. Just gonna go walk off.
Don't get lost.
Right, and I'm going to go far enough that I'm pretty sure they can't hear me.
Yeah, just to be clear, nobody's following, right?
Nope. As long as Cedric doesn't.
I mean, Cedric just watches her go, and then looks over at Lorna.
Okay.
Aaron's literally just leaning against a tree, just watching him.
Then looks back the way she went.
So yeah, Catel's gonna go as far as she thinks she can get away with without anyone hearing her, and she's gonna kind of put her hands up on a tree and just vomit. Gonna spit, get the taste out of her mouth. You're not worth coming after this far. Get over it. Find another tree away from all of that and just kind of sit. Try to cool off for a second.
Meanwhile, back at the camp.
And roasting marshmallows. No, just kidding.
Dodger is straight up eating the last of what's in his bag from the feast they had 2 days before. He's eating the last of that.
I got all of our supplies, so we have rations and.
Yeah. Granted, after
I made sure that you and Bellamy both had bedrolls since you guys had nothing. So you guys have bedrolls and blankets that I got you guys. So
awesome.
Trying to be hospitable.
Yeah. Definitely helping you take care of the food for everybody else, but also realizing probably nobody else wants the food that's in his bag. No. So he'll polish that off and make sure everybody else has ration food.
So she did buy rations. They're not tasty though. It's like trail rations.
It's trail rations.
I was going to ask, we're in a wooded area at this point, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What is Cedric doing?
Staring at you currently.
Were you planning on going into town?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, where are you planning on going back into town? And she'll gesture like, would you like to lead the way? All right, then, well, I'm gonna go see if I can find something that's a bit more tasty than whatever's in Dodger's bag.
No, I got rations!
I
Those
don't
aren't
care. Have
tasty
you
either.
ever eaten rations? Ever? Have you?
It's
ever
better than
eaten rations?
rotting food that's now, I guess, a couple days old that
Yeah.
were smushed into his pockets.
But you got a ranger, darling.
Well, that's the thing. I've never seen you hunt it.
I might be good at it.
I wouldn't know.
Find out.
How would I know that you hunted? We were on a boat. Come on.
And I'm going to head the opposite direction of where.
As you're leaving,
Good tell. Sorry.
Cedric doesn't catch you, but he raises a hand slightly towards you and says, "I have given offense."
Bit.
I apologize.
And I'm gonna look. Is Wynn on my shoulder, or is Wynn out and about? Given that we're in the woods and
She's kind of out and about. She's nearby, but yeah, I mean, you are in the woods.
I appreciate that, but I'm not exactly the one you need to be apologizing to. Why did my healing not work on you? Why did it hurt you?
I am ill-suited for it.
But the other kind I did didn't seem to bother you.
One mends the body, the other mends the soul.
What would you have me do then, if it happens again?
I don't know.
That may be a question we probably should answer a bit sooner than later.
Perhaps.
Right. I'm gonna go about and see what I can find. I'll tell the others. Maybe stay close to the fire. And the others, for now. If you don't mind. Unless you want to come with. Alright. She awkwardly leaves and keeps walking.
He just watches you go from the shadows.
In the complete opposite direction of where Cal went.
Who is now trying to kick the dirt over her stomach stuffs so that it doesn't attract animals or anything sniffing
I
around
mean,
her
that
stuff.
could be helpful at the moment.
You're going in the opposite direction.
That's true. That's true. Doesn't mean I won't circle back around, I mean.
Check
But
out
she's
where
taking-
Where are all these animals
to the
going?
bathroom.
She is taking her time, though. She does not want to go to camp right away. So
Give me a survival check. Let's
Okay.
see what you came up with.
Although after that perception check, I feel like
I know,
might
that
have
was really,
burned
really
out
good.
my,
Oh, you're good. Yeah.
I actually rolled like that, but
What's that?
I have a good modifier.
Yeah. You are able to with an 18.
And I'm not only trying to hunt; it's like looking for things that are like foraging. It's a.
That's what I was like figuring. It's like, yeah, you found some
berries.
berries
Oh,
and
we
stuff,
need to
some
remember
nuts,
that.
and you kind of like put them in your satchel. And I mean, that's your primary source, like what you were looking for is that as a source of sustenance. But we're able to actually get a rabbit too in the process.
I'll come back in to camp.
I mean, without really like heavy like hunting type thing. And I don't know if you want to wander too far out.
No, just enough to offset the
trail
basically
mix.
hard tack we have.
Yeah.
It said jerky and I was reading. We don't have much money.
No.
I had to buy tents and water skins and all kinds of stuff. And rope.
And I will say, as Lorna enters the camp, she's probably the most relaxed she's been since you have all met her. She's easily the most relaxed of anyone who has been around her for any amount of time. And then she'll bring in the rabbit and start to clean it and prep it to... And she'll actually take out the berries and the nuts and stuff and set those aside. And you may want to... And she'll just go like this, and she's just going to take a smaller portion and put it in a little, like, cloth and set it aside for Wynn. Because she knows Wynn will come in and probably steal all of it if we're not paying attention.
Although to be fair, Wynn did come in, and when you found it while you were out and about,
yeah.
she was bebopping around and stuff. Mostly she's up in the trees. She's gliding from one treetop to the next. She seems very happy as well. Almost like you can hear her squeal in glee.
Like a little girl running around.
Exactly.
Well, that's quite the addition to our meal there, Lorna. The way I see it, a simple meal eaten with friends is better than a banquet eaten alone. So I appreciate you bringing these berries and things. You are sharing, of course.
I'm already grabbing it, not even asking.
Who? Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. It's mighty kind of you. Thank you.
People not often share their food when you're traveling together.
There are those who keep what they kill.
Mm-hmm.
It's not often I see folks do that. Just kind. Could have hidden some of those berries or that rabbit for yourself, and you didn't. It's a kind gesture.
It's a sizable rabbit. I don't need it all to myself. Where exactly are you from?
Oh, well, I'm a bit of a nomad. Travel here and there. But, if you can tell from my skin, I hail from the wastes. But, I've been to places.
And those places have people who won't share their food with travelers and travel alongside them.
Well, sometimes you go places and food might be scarce and they don't want to share it because they might come to the point where they need it all themselves.
But if you share it, then you can travel further and perhaps find more.
Well, to be honest, it's been a while since I've traveled with friends. So most of the time, strangers don't share their meals. It's nice to have folks that got your back.
She'll go back to prepping the rabbit, probably roasting it, I suppose.
Stick.
What did you say?
It's on a stick.
On the stick. And so slowly,
Yeah.
so it roasts.
I mean, this isn't gourmet, guys.
She's like,
I don't think anybody has cooking, so I don't think anything like really get into
the
it.
rubs.
Oh, I'm gonna make this thing really good.
And herbs and
Herbs, some lard.
yeah.
No.
Put it in a stew.
No, that's taters.
Yeah, we need taters.
Dodger's watching this whole thing and trying to like eat the last of what's in his bag because nobody else is gonna want it, and so he's not gonna partake in tonight's meal because he'll be full up on whatever's in the bag.
Yeah, and he'll be
Like a hard
picking
piece of bread.
wildflowers later himself.
I don't know with where his grit is at, or constitution, whatever of that nature. He has stamina. Thank you. It's fairly sizable. He's used to this kind of food. That's what he lived on for years.
Is Cattell back, or That would be a whole thing.
Yeah,
Another thing
I
if
think she would be
wasn't
back by
at
now
that
because
point.
she's wandered through the woods, gathered things, herbs, berries, killed a rabbit, brought it back. I feel like, it's been like a couple hours. At some point, they would send a search party out after her.
Yeah.
She didn't make it back to camp.
If she's back, she's kind of just walking around the perimeter of camp. Not engaging with anyone, keeping an eye out, and just eyes darting, looking at every sound.
Does it look like she's brooding?
I don't know. What does she look like?
Yeah, is it like she's upset about something, or is she just like high alert? I'm patrolling like a soldier type thing. That's what I'm trying to.
I guess you'd have to probably roll something, but she doesn't look like she's brooding or anything.
Okay, I
Empathy
just
would be what you're looking for.
Yeah, that would be my question too. I'm like, what-
Cedric also
Yeah.
wanted to catch her before she's like fully back to the camp.
All right. Well, before she
Circles.
settles,
I see all the feet just showing up as circles.
there. That's her doing her.
Oh my gosh.
There she's doing her patrol.
Probably a lot slower than that.
I can't
Like-
control the speed.
She's zooming.
she's doing laps.
It's more of a very. She's trying to look as relaxed as possible, so she's meandering, but like there's a snap in the brush somewhere, and she will jump in its direction.
That's what I'm asking if I know.
That's what I'm saying, because it's almost like I'm either you're broody or you're
Hyper alert.
yeah, and but why are you hyper alert? That's what, like that's me. I'm like kind of like
I don't know.
All right, well, first we'll do. So Cedric was going to engage.
Yeah,
her
let
before she got
him
back
do
to camp.
that,
This
yeah.
hasn't happened yet, so
the pacing around the camp
do
has
that.
not happened.
yeah, and then she'll face the camp unless he changes it, tackles her. I don't know.
Because she tackled him.
Yes,
Yep.
payback.
No, he's waiting in the shadows. Basically, hasn't moved from
Do I
the
notice
spot.
him?
Yeah, because you would have, and just naturally your eyes would have gone to where where you didn't see him before, just because that caught you off guard. And he's still standing exactly where you left him.
And just give him a nod. Start to.
He moves towards you, and stops a flight distance away and says, "Before you mentioned great pain.
Yeah.
I have observed the pain.
What does that mean?
He reaches inside his duster and pulls out just like a burlap baggie. Says, "This is for the pain."
I'll take it. What is it?
I do not know what it is called here. It is called Fikes Vapor Rube from where I am from.
I tried so hard.
I thought you had it. I was like, oh, she's gonna hold it.
It just snapped right out of me. It's all your fault. So The pain I shared with you wasn't physical, so I'm assuming... How does this help with what we discussed? I'm not familiar with anything medicine, especially when it comes to that.
It is an unguent. You rub it on you. It has calming properties.
Do I remember him buying this?
No!
I mean, I was kind of there.
Well, that's true, she was.
Yeah,
There, and they were going back and forth.
I was keeping an eye on things.
So I don't know.
He was trying to be somewhat discreet, given that you were right there.
I think that you putting two and together would probably tie like that's probably where, but not necessarily that specific item. But I mean, he did.
He also shittily wrapped it in a burlap, like.
Right. Kind of disguise its the shopping aspect. Thank you, Cedric. And she'll put it away. About what happened. Part of my job is to make sure you stay alive. And I want to make sure I know the best way to do that. Obviously, that's you not getting hit. But I need to know a little more specifics about you. I don't want to pry. You're guarded like I am. And I get it. I don't want to be a hypocrite, but... what are you willing to tell me?
My body is not suited for healing magic of positive quality.
What I did with the stone, was that the right thing to do?
I do not remember what you did.
I saw you take one of the stones from the cave where we fought the undead and the witch. So I put some of that in the wound and it brought you back.
Nagu Ferum. Yes.
Was I supposed to do it that way?
Yes. Do not touch it. If possible, with your skin.
What will happen if I do?
It is the antithesis of positive energy.
Like the purple veins that were happening.
Yes.
Right. Do you have more of it? Is there a way we can procure more for you?
There is more, but I do not possess it.
Right. Then we need to keep an eye out for it. Cedric, what are you?
He turns away slightly.
Thanks. And just gonna start her going into her little patrol thing.
He nods.
Fast forward a little bit. Now the conversations did occur.
About that time, right as that all ended, Lorna comes walking back in with the rabbit. She's like, "Hey, look what!" Never mind. like takes a wide berth around them.
So now it's
All right,
cooking.
that puts us here. You're gathered around the campfire, eating the food while Cattell is doing her patrol.
Yeah, and her
Once-
demeanor hasn't changed from what I described earlier.
I'm with Lexi. I would be noticing that because I'm cooking the rabbit. So I'm kind of trying to get a beat on that.
Give me an empathy check, both of you.
I have to find it. Where is it at?
It's on your abilities.
Oh. All right.
Under E.
Ability. Under what?
Under E.
E for empathy.
Under E.
Okay.
I have to do that when I teach my kids to help them get the vowel sounds.
Oh no, I knew just what you were doing. I was
No,
like,
I see what
okay,
happened.
there we go.
It's
I don't have
responsive, I'm
empathy.
sorry.
Your sheet did the same thing that happened last week to...
Well, say I have no empathy. Sorry.
Oh, Lexi.
That doesn't seem right for her.
I know.
Like,
I
no.
don't care about any of you people. Sorry, I'll put
It's alright. It's alright. I was looking.
This is the other thing that I
see
fixed with the new,
it.
with the update. It won't happen anymore. There you go. Well, what type of read are they getting? Because 15 would have been the DC. So,
Okay.
but it's your character. What are they picking up? Though they did succeed.
Okay. So she, this whole time, has been very tense and stressed out, and it's been that way since the thing with Wynn happened with the spell she used. Her apology and her explanation was honest, but she did fib a little when she said she was okay. It opened a can of worms that she thought she had the lid on.
Seeing Lexi looking the same direction I am, I'm gonna cut up the rabbit basically and hand out pieces to everybody who's sitting around. And when Dodger doesn't start to take it, she's literally gonna grab Dodger's hand and put a piece into his hand.
So
And
everyone
then-
else have some. I want to make sure everyone else is fed.
Will we find
Alright. Thank you.
Lexi? And she's gonna nod her head towards Patel and take enough portion for herself and Patel.
Okay.
She would have already given Lexi hers.
Like, I just nod, like, I see it.
We need girl talk.
So, what's up? Oh my god, the
Even
forest
the
is
white
so
chick
doing it for you.
I don't even know what's happening now.
White chicks. They're my two black guys disguised as white girls.
It's a pretty funny movie, actually.
I still need to see it.
It's hilarious. And as I approach Patel, just hold out, plate or whatever. I know it's not like, it'd be like a camping plate probably.
She's handing,
Totally splatterware. It's totally
Totally
splatterware.
splatterware. Yes.
as she's handing the food, I'm like, hey, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
What do you mean?
You're just not yourself. I've been around you long enough to know that something is going on, and I'm concerned.
I'm just keeping an eye out. A lot of things have happened.
Can I roll a perception check? I just want to get, she's hiding behind.
Is she feeding us BS or what?
That's empathy if you're trying to,
No,
to sift
I'm
through
not.
her BS.
Oh.
I
Okay.
know that this is BS at this point. So, but I want to roll a perception check just to know what's around us, based off of her attitude. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt of that.
Gotcha. You, there's no. You've been through all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's actually, it's. There's nothing really going on out there.
And
It's
I'm
actually particularly quiet.
and I don't even take any of that in, and I'm just.
It's not an engine room. You're.
That's why I was like, okay.
Well, Lexi's been doing most of the talking as she says that part. There's nothing within a mile or more of us.
I know. Doesn't mean that won't change.
I'll look at Lexi.
What is wrong? There's something wrong. It's very clear that there's something wrong. Is there something that we've done? Is there something that we can help with? I mean,
There's nothing wrong. I know there's nothing wrong. I have a lot of anxiety.
but how can we help you?
I pull out the jar that Cedric gave me, and I'm going to try this tonight. Try to sleep.
What's that?
I don't actually know, really.
I grab it out of her hand. I'm like sniffing, and what is it?
You let her grab that out of your hand?
I was just like, if she had, I'm like going, what is it?
I was kind of tilting it, like, and
Okay,
letting
so
them
do you-
Yeah, I was like,
So I don't think she's going to do anything nefarious.
no, I'm not gonna be all like. No, I was just like, I wanted to be like, sniff, like, what is it?
Yeah, it's actually skin permissible MDMA. So good luck.
I rub it on my body. No, just
It
it's, what
smells
is it? Smell it.
nice.
and-
What's it smell like again? Didn't we say it was like menthol smelling?
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
menthol.
pine.
It's Vicks Vapor Rub.
I probably can
Spikes,
smell it from standing
vapor,
next to her, so I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, the lid off, it's pretty potent.
would I recognize any of what I'm smelling as far as with my knowledge of medicine?
Actually, it'd be botany with a +2 from your tree. Don't you have botany? I thought you had botany.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have a +4.
Okay.
But
And then add 2 to that. And, you do recognize, yes, you could tell by the smells of what types of herbs are in there. Some of them are medicinal, and you catch a couple like that are there to like to make it where it's like palatable, just because the other herbs that are in there and such. But you definitely smell medicinal herbs in it.
oh, might help. Also might help with sore muscles. At least my
I'm
brothers
just-
used to use it. Something similar.
I'm just hoping that helps me get my breath back.
Is that the stuff that you can rub on your feet and it makes your cold better?
I don't know anything about medicine.
I mean,
I can wrap up a wound in a bandage.
I just know Atrix said that there was the stuff that you could put on that smelled very interesting and it would make your sniffles go away.
I don't know about rubbing it on your feet, but I know my mother would possibly use it on your chest to ease your breathing if you needed to. The smell, the scent, it's common. And
It's certainly strong.
Not unpleasant though.
And I do breathe better.
I'm surprised he had something like this or got something like this.
No, question. Because he always, Cedric, you always do he like, kind of like does the sigh.
Shrug.
And the sigh, but it's not really a sigh. Do you?
Yeah, there's no exhalation of breath.
That's what I was like. Is there like any breath at all? So I'm like going.
Well, Lexi
to allow for
couldn't tell unless he's
now-
a shallow breather, but I do know that Lorna Cattell saw him in that gas, and he just stood there like nothing was. And when you remember in the library, you had to back away, and he just stood there.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, even like his face thing. Like, do we?
His mask
Well, his
doesn't.
wrap's pretty thick. It's not like a light.
I don't know what
I mean, he
I
doesn't
bought.
have
I bought him something different.
Oh,
So,
this is very much like the one he had.
so is it exactly like it? You said it was similar. So, is there like a damp spot of moisture forming?
Yeah, he likes to suck on the mask.
That's why there's a bleach
No.
spot on the other one.
Yeah.
I'm just trying, like, if I've seen like the breathing, I'm all like going, why would he need something on his chest then? if he doesn't even breathe, type thing.
I mean,
so
you've never seen.
that's what I mean. I was like, my head's spinning. Like,
I think he got it for me. We had a conversation about my anxiety.
There's something you're concerned is following us. You don't have to tell if you don't want to, but if it's something we should face, you're not alone.
It's not. There is no reason that I have anything to worry about. He was a narcissist and controlling, but I don't see any reason why he would actually send anyone after me. It's all in my head. He sent people to stalk me in the city. It ended up bad, and that's why I left, and I know. There's no reason. There is no reason. I'm not worth the trouble.
what city did you leave? That
Anemos, he was the son of a rich merchant. There wasn't anything I could do, and when I went for help, I found out that I didn't actually have the friend I thought I had. So, he's not going to come rescue me, and I'm trying to push it all back to where I had it before town, and it took me a couple of months to get to that point. The last couple of days have seemed to have been a lot about my problems, and I don't want it to be a problem.
well, just know that you're among friends. We'll help you if anything was to happen.
I've had a lot of friends who turned out to not be friends. So I appreciate the sentiment, and I want to believe you. It's just hard. So,
Well, I consider you a friend, and the few of you with me are basically my only friends because you're the ones I'm with all the time, and I've never really had friends in the past, so I'm here for you if you need anything. Yes, I know I'm young, but still. Sometimes you just need someone to talk to. And I could just nod and be there for it, or if you want my words of wisdom that I might have. Not much, but I'd be willing to help.
I appreciate that, truly. I'm just afraid of... If I talk about it, I'm afraid of going back there and...
Well, as Atrix always told me, always move forward, never look back. So, hopefully the past never catches up with us.
Or comes after us.
Does.
Definitely that.
There's a few of us who are probably a lot scrappier than he thought he'd ever face. And I'm pretty sure Dodger's sword is...
Dodger's sword, I'm
Something.
worried about.
It's cool looking. Why are you worried?
And Balmy seems, well, kind. And Cedric will probably kill anyone who tries to touch you, so... And I can tell you for truth, Wynn is probably the most protective of any of them.
I'm looking around. Where's Gwen?
She's hanging
Knowing
with
her,
Dodger
she
and
probably is
Bellamy.
about to land on Kel's head.
Yeah, she's
Come on,
over
like-
there with the food.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Mention.
She's probably trying to just scoot up to Dodger or Bellamy, trying to convince them to give her something.
Looking all like
He
innocent.
totally offers her the bag. Does she take any from the bag? I'm like, you actually
yeah.
might be interested in this.
You
Let's.
got an iron gut.
Does check.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
See, we're cool. We'll be mates. It's all right.
I will stop being a prancing ninny and come sit down.
As she starts walking, I'll sling my arm over her shoulder, like, come on. As I like try to bring you back. It's gonna be okay.
I know. Heart and mind don't always understand one another.
Well, that, and when you mix a little fear in with it.
Right, just a little.
As they walk away, I'm going to take an extra moment on the edge of the campsite. I want to kneel down and touch my hand to the earth. The hand that has my tattoos on it. And just reach out my senses for just a moment. And that's it. And then follow them back.
Everybody's back in.
Bitten
Well, where's
of the
Cedric wandered
bud.
off?
Yep.
I think Cedric went to go actually eat.
Cedric is out.
That's Dodge's suspicion. He
He's,
doesn't eat in front
he's
of people,
eating so.
but he did get a plate of food and left.
Oh, he did.
Well, I'm assuming so because Dodger did ask, did everyone get food? And the answer was yes. So he's assuming he's got a plate of food and went to go
I
eat.
don't know because
It's all assumptions from where Dodger's standing. I
Well,
don't know if it's actually true.
I'll say at this point, like me, if I'm handing out food, I never hand it to him because I know.
Did.
Oh, because
Lorna would-
I'm at the
would have
point
done-
that he always refuses it.
No, Lorna would have done almost the same as she did with Dodger, where if he did, not reach out to take it, she might have like set it in his lap. She wouldn't have grabbed his hand because she knows he doesn't overly like being touched, but she would have literally just put it where this is yours, you do with it what you want, kind of thing.
Did he take a plate?
No.
I was gonna
basically,
say, I'm
as
like,
soon
he
as,
never eats.
As soon as Cattell went to go patrol, he sought out some refuge in the shadow or something, and has been doing some work. I sent you a message about what he's doing.
What are you working on?
Lexi knows
Tink!
Cedric in the shadow.
Tink! He's over there. He's like,
Very Skyrim-esque, just behind a tree. Ka-tink!
yeah. it's
Ka-tink!
like-
It's just
Ka-tink! And all of a sudden we have a
15-4.
thing!
yeah.
Here it is.
Passable.
Okay.
What was that roll for?
It was private.
I know.
It's a secret.
Keep it safe.
That's awesome. Now I need to watch that movie.
Me too.
Same.
It's time. Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I didn't hear. I was making a note, so I wasn't actually listening.
Oh.
To whatever the heck.
Secret, keep it safe.
Keep
Keep it
safe.
safe, yeah.
Until we'll start gnawing on her bones. There aren't a lot of calories in rabbit, but they are really good.
There's a bit of berries and nuts left if tell me you didn't all let Wynn just go to town.
On my bag.
Yeah, his bag
Yeah.
is like over here by
That's
this
not where the
checkout,
nuts and
all you
berries
see
were.
is
No,
Lynn's
that's
tail
not.
sticking out.
Yeah,
Lynn's tail just flicking.
just going to town on the bag,
I'll
and I
pick
think
up
the
the
nuts and
little
berries
pouch.
are still on the table.
Yeah, I'll pick up the little pouch that I had originally planned on setting aside, and I'll kind of pass it over to Tell.
So as for eating, I look to Dodger. Where did you get that? And I point to your sword. That is really cool.
Places.
Yeah, no, you're gonna need to be more specific than that.
What places?
How does someone...
Petrol.
Where in Petra?
Sometimes
Just
I know
do
why
it.
you have a fountain on your head.
Somewhere I'd like to not say.
You stole it.
And not... It...
You can dress it up as much as you want.
Is
what
it stealing if it chooses you?
How did it choose you?
It talks.
Well, I don't hear it talk.
Sentient sword. Cool. Yeah, I've only
Swords
ever
talk?
heard of one of those.
What?
The original owner would argue one way.
Not likely, he's a bit dead.
So what did the sword say to you? Hey, let's be friends?
His eyes go really dark, but the rest of him starts to flare up and flame just a bit as his heart starts to race. And he just... Let's just say... It offered me the ability to save somebody else. And it reached out to me and said that it could help me protect a friend. And I agreed, and so it did. And now, they're dead, my friend is alive, and I had to leave the city.
Thinking back on the battle, DM, how was he with his sword? Like,
He talked to it in front
right,
of
right.
me.
But I mean, like, coming from the
I wasn't
perspective
there.
of someone
Yeah.
who's trained for about half her life at this point in swords and spears and all those things.
You have Dodger himself seems to possess some skills. He's very sure-footed and such. You feel like the sword is a lethal weapon. Now the two of them combined, they're not quite in sync.
Balanced.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's not like it's not like he was fumbling like, oh, what's going
Right,
on?
right,
And the
right.
sword was driving him around or stuff. But it's not.
Right.
So,
Yeah, he
But
definitely
he
looks like
could-
he's new to it.
so
but
did you
then
kill the
again,
guy
he-
with the sword?
Hmm?
I'm asking him, did he kill the guy with the sword?
Did he, as in...
Or
and
was he
just-
already dead?
The person who owned him?
Yes, I'm assuming him is the sword.
Yeah. I, with his help, of course, did kill him. It was Fisk's prized nephew who owned the sword.
So the sword didn't like him.
He hasn't indicated either way whether he liked or disliked him. He was just on a shelf,
He was
doing nothing,
Oh, he was
collecting dust.
So he was displayed. Got you.
Yeah. And I picked it up after he reached out, and
So then,
I defended my friend.
so that
From the nephew.
Yeah.
What business did the nephew have with your friend?
Flames get a little brighter. That's a conversation for another time.
why? Because it's too much, it's too long, and it's getting late, or you're just uncomfortable with us.
I'm gonna
Brighter on the
see if
flames.
she's picking up on what I'm picking up at this point.
The flames go brighter and are more from his hair and starting to become the rest of his body.
Maybe
Do you look angry, or are you just
Anxious. It's an
Okay,
anxiety
okay.
kind of look on his face. He seems fairly.
I just lit it up.
He
Flame
just seems
on!
really uncomfortable and just very anxious, and he sets down the plate of food that he has that's mainly from the bag next to Wynn, still, I'm assuming, butt wrestling from the bag.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably nearly empty at that point. Sets it down next to Wynn, grabs the sword, and walks off into the woods, trying to, like, you can see on his face, he's starting to sweat, trying to dim the light and having a bit of a hard time.
And as if he's walking up, I see him walk up the house, I'm like, please don't burn down the forest.
Doesn't work like that.
Okay.
I don't think.
Well, you burnt the chair in the inn.
Now, for those of you who were right, so Lexi and Bellamy, you could actually feel warm, like heat.
Okay.
coming from it.
Well, that's what I guess really makes sense then. Like, please don't burn down the forest. Okay.
I'm gonna.
He doesn't know that.
Lorna would have stood up as Dodger.
I'm gonna stealth after him.
Oh my.
Of course you are.
All right, so Lorna
What?
stands up. Cattell, well, he kind of went in. Where's my arrow?
I went over here.
Yeah, he went in that direction.
Don't burn the horses! Come on, man!
Well, he doesn't. He
Just
doesn't
making a
hug them as he's walking by.
He's like, nice horse. Oh, sorry.
He walks
Plus,
in
he
that
knows
direction.
the horses bring Cattell joy. Therefore, I'm not going to touch the horses.
And
like, I'm not going to bother
question.
Win. We're going to become buds.
Is it just the flames off the top of the head, or do your like arms and your hands kind of get flamey too?
Please say
Everything's-
flame on.
I know, I was like,
Everything
flame
starts to
on.
flame on.
Okay, everything flames on.
It grows
he
from
very-
the
yeah, he gets
hair
very-
and,
yes,
and
he
his
gets
facial hair and his
blushing and
eyes, and it,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, Chris Evans in your first superhero role.
Right?
Well, now we know
He
Captain
came a
America's in his
long way.
future. He comes back out of the woods with the shield. Hey, everybody.
Oh my god.
All right, so he goes that way. So Lorna stands up. So Cattell stands up too. Before you start stealthing, because you're both standing up, and this may change what you do. What's Lorna doing?
When she sees Cattell follow after, she's gonna give him a few minutes, and then she'll decide what she's going to do.
All right, so that being Dodger, do a perception against Cattell's stealth.
Okay. It's a little too much for Dodger to be able to stealth himself at this current moment. He's a little too anxious about it.
He's also glowing brightly.
No, it's your.
That
It's
too.
your.
It's you against hers.
Notice her following you.
For
I
perception.
rolled crap.
Yeah, you did roll pretty bad, so.
I
So
mean, he
that's
is
because
a
she stopped and hugged the
glowing
horses.
fire
That's
sword
all.
at this point.
Yeah, you notice her following you.
Buddy system. I'm not gonna do or say anything.
I like that we're
We
all
need to have
sneaking
this-
after each other. This is
We
really
need
cool.
to needs to have this conversation with everybody. We'll get to it later.
I see, and that's my whole thing. Is like he's walking up and be like, "Look, man,
Dodger
why do we
just
have
kind of
to
looks.
stealth?"
Dodger just looks behind him, sees Cattell, and just goes, "Can I recover from a panic attack in peace, please?"
I just want to be able to
Great.
see you. Do your thing. I'm not gonna bother you. I get it.
Fine. And he'll just find a spot, not next to a tree apparently, or no, he wouldn't know that. He wouldn't know any better. He grew up in a city of stone. Yeah, he's gonna sit near a tree, put the sword on his lap, and try to like breathe, hand on his sword,
If
and
I
just.
smell smoke, I'm going out there.
I'm gonna ask him.
I mean,
Are
that's
you
fair.
Are you
Roll percentiles.
Are you flammable?
20 or lower, that tree lights up.
Oh
No!
dear.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god, roll
ask
high.
him. Are you flammable?
I don't know.
Maybe pick a patch of dirt with nothing
Dig him a hole.
around it.
Oh, okay. Whew, that was close. That was so close.
He's too lost in his head to notice.
You just start
Cattell
going.
notices that, though. He does not
Do
light
I-
the tree on fire.
Does it smolder or anything? It's fine.
It's
Moss
okay.
probably
It's
would
okay.
start to smoke.
Yeah,
maybe.
just real slightly, but yeah, nothing too alarming. Now, Lorna, now that you've seen the interaction, because you said you're going to wait for a moment, I don't know or if anybody else is going to do anything. Cedric, you're off to the side, and considering he's a little beacon of light in the darkness,
I was going to say, considering he's glowing,
kind of walk into the woods.
Just like pausing, and then going back to it.
I'm sitting there feeling bad because I was just asking questions.
I'm going to look at Belmy and Lexi sit back down. Oh, now we have a group of... I actually don't know what any of us are.
Well, I feel like a session of group meditation might do everyone some good. They all seem like they have some kind of unresolved issues going on. So, you know, I'll be doing my morning ablutions if anyone wants to join me. I can guide you meditations.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
It's part of the healing process.
It's cleansing.
You guys are like sneaking around, like chasing each other in the woods, you know.
I don't-
trying to, you know.
I don't sneak around on them.
No, Lexi, me and you have been sitting by this fire.
And enjoying it. Isn't it great?
It's
I
nice.
wasn't trying to sneak around anyway. I was just trying to, well,
Well,
some in our group say the base system.
you were following someone who was following someone else. It's a crazy dynamic.
Who's my buddy? You said, who's my buddy?
I'll be your buddy.
Belmy will be my buddy. We're gonna go sing by the campfire.
I'm not much for singing.
All right, sure. Sing away if you like.
Any song I sing, I don't know if I'm allowed to.
I don't know. I don't know what the rules are.
I know, that's what I was like.
I think you can sing like up to like 30
Campfire.
seconds.
I was like, I'm sort of like, Kumbaya.
Open domain, so it doesn't really.
Yeah. I think it's like within the first 10 seconds you're good. After that, it's like, copyright.
Yeah, that's what I was like, I'm gonna sing by the campfire and roast some rabbit meat.
I'm gonna start cleaning up the mess that's here and make sure that any of the remains of the rabbit, I probably would have gone out and buried them a while ago. But just make sure that everything's cleaned up. Just listening to the two of them probably talk, I'm assuming maybe.
I'm singing about roasting rabbit meat.
Apparently.
And I'm going to kind of keep my distance so that Dodger feels like he has a space and kind of just squat Korean style, put my arms over my knees and kind of just keep an eye on him, make sure that nothing catches on fire, which is most of the reason why she followed him.
Fair. Very fair and valid.
Actually, one of the reasons that Lorna was thinking about it as well.
Having several other thoughts going through her head while this is happening, but one of them was definitely,
Don't want
fire.
to set the forest on fire. Are you in hearing distance?
She's got pretty good hearing, so probably.
Yeah.
She's trying to not be invasive, but
Now the question is Dodger smart enough to realize you are technically still in hearing distance
she's
for
probably
you?
not in hearing distance of a normal person, but for her, it's
She's got
probably
good hearing.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
I mean, she
after...
appears-
She's got better
she
hearing than you
looks
would
human.
expect. Yeah.
She looks human, so there's no reason.
that he would
you would think
assume
otherwise.
otherwise.
Yes.
Okay. After a while, like a good 5 to 10 minutes goes by, and the flame and the embers start to die down around him, and only his hair is at his near normal level of flame. He's gonna sit there, take a couple more deep breaths, and go, "What have we gotten ourselves into? Like, you chose me. We got into that situation, we got ourselves out, and now we're here. What do you think of everyone?"
I love your face, like, Be the sword. Be the sword. Be the sword.
What does the sword think of each individual in the
Yeah.
party?
Well, that Lexi girl is completely insane, and
Patience.
They're patient, or I need to be patient. You're gonna need to expand on the specifics there, mate.
You don't hear anything back.
What does that mean? What does that even mean? Patience. All right. And we'll just sit there for a minute more, contemplating, and then get up and
Katala
head over.
was watching him like a curious dog, sort of flip to her head, like,
patience.
Dodger, give me a perception check.
Okay. I'll scroll down to it. Give me a moment. Perception. Hmm?
Hey, you head back into camp.
Okay. That's not ominous at all.
I know.
we always want to know what it means when we miss something.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
We
not
miss a
ominous
lot
at
of
all.
things,
I mean, it's within Dodger's character to miss a lot of things.
but it's not within a couple of others of us
That's
characters
fair.
that we have.
I'm gonna actually call out to Dodger. Dodger,
Hmm?
feeling better?
I'm not glowing as much, so yeah, feeling a bit
So,
better.
If you start glowing, it means that you're agitated? Can it happen when you're happy too? What does it indicate?
A heightened state of feeling. If I'm
But it could be-
feeling a lot of feelings, or if I'm feeling an intense emotion, it can flare up. It's different per emotion. Anxiety tends to go, as you saw. Haven't seen it really go too high in anger before, but it's usually when I'm in a very heightened state of emotion, heightened state of feeling.
Right. And to come down from that, you just need a moment to breathe.
Yeah, I just need to calm down.
All right. Your sword. It's special. I've only seen things similar to it, never touched one or used one. But I would feel better with you having it if you knew a little bit more of how to handle it. I'm going to wake up at dawn to do my regular thing. If you're at all interested in any advice, I've taught a couple of people indirectly.
Are you offering training?
I've never actually done it. A full-on training. I've only been part of things like that, but I could help you, maybe.
I'll probably take you up on that. I vaguely know what I'm doing, if I'm being honest. And vaguely is a very broad word of it.
You have quick feet, and that will be helpful.
Yeah, I can be scrappy.
Right. See if you can wake up early enough for it.
That's a very fair point.
I'll go back.
And I'll make my way back.
All right. Anything else this evening?
When he comes walking back in, I'm like, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's just it's a touchy subject, and bad memories.
Well, you're in good company, because I think we all have had that.
Yeah, I've noticed. We all have our own different things.
I don't know, except Bellamy. He seems very calm.
I think Bellamy probably has more practice than the rest of us coping with darkness.
I'd be happy to teach you all.
Wants us to join him for his meditation circle.
Like
Could
how
be useful.
Well, I'll teach you some breathing exercises and a couple mindful exercises as well. That's what I do every morning.
I'm gonna look out for Cedric. Do I see him still hanging out in his little corner? His own little chair.
Do you see Cedric out there?
How many musical references can we make?
Look, that's what we were
It's a
listening
challenge!
We were listening to musicals all the way home. 4-hour drive. Are you am I
Can she
supposed
see
to be doing
you? Are you
something?
visible? Or
Well, he's
you,
kind of.
no.
He looks like he's behind a tent.
I mean, you could try to investigate, or
Okay, yeah,
maybe
you don't
percept-
see him then. Because I guess he is like behind a tent right now, so yeah,
Hear
you
him.
wouldn't see him.
Yeah, can I hear him?
He
With
doesn't.
my exceptional hearing?
Doesn't breathe.
He's just.
But he's-
Last I heard, he's just standing there and staring, so he's not making a
I
sound.
thought he was doing something.
Oh, I thought he was doing
He said he was working on something. That's true.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that was a while
Yes.
back. He finished that.
I did.
She looks
Yeah.
and she finds him. He's all like, yes, leave it alone.
I mean, if I don't see him and I don't hear him, I'm gonna get up and start checking around. See if he's okay, at the very least.
All right, he's not hiding or anything. She just can't see him, right?
He's probably like putting things away now and correcting some stuff. If this
Okay,
is towards the end of that process.
Yeah, it's a lot has happened when he went over there. So, yeah, you do find him just messing with stuff, doing
He's like wrapping up a
campsite type
bundle.
things.
Yeah, and ties it up though. He looks at you as you approach, but continues just working, and then he slides it into a long pocket in his jacket. As he stands up. Wait, was I successful? Or you said pass? Okay. He's been limping for the past few days, but as he stands up, he looks a lot more natural in how he comes to his feet.
Does it seem like that's kind of a sudden thing, having been around people who've broken bones and had fractures? And all
Yeah,
that
that's not
fun stuff?
natural. That doesn't make sense.
I will catalog that.
Well, the episode where he where he almost died, didn't he
That
like
happened.
I'll say, did he pop up and he kind of like cracked his neck back into place too? I wasn't there, but I'm just.
He did. Yeah,
Yeah.
that did happen.
Just FYI.
Yeah. Catala's cataloging that for
I miss so much. Gosh.
keeping.
He stands up and just looks at you, and then gives you a nod.
I think it's about time we all headed to bed. Decide on a watch.
I will watch.
Are you sure? I give a very meaningful look at his leg.
He looks down, looks back up at you.
I will watch.
All right. I'm gonna go take care of the horses, make sure that they're all happy and cozy, and I'm actually going to unhitch them. If they're hitched still, I probably would have actually tied them at this point to some sort of tree. But
I thought as much, which is why I put them over there, away from the wagon, because
Yeah.
I figured you would take care of them. So I was
Yeah.
like, let's go ahead and put them over there, because I bet you that's
yeah, that's
Question. Sorry. Go ahead. I have a question.
Oh.
It's a little
Go ahead,
bit
ask a
back.
question.
When Catella went over there, Wynn was perched on one of those horses' nose. Was Wynn actually over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to coax the horses to lay down. And I'm going to snuggle up against them. Kind of rub myself a little bit. Make myself smell like sweet oats and hay. And just flop very contently with my two buddies.
You named him yet?
No, she is still searching their
For the right
eyes,
name.
their souls within, before she decides on anything. I actually assumed that they came with names, so I wasn't even thinking about
No.
Okay.
He had never named him. It was just the horse. Yeah, they weren't his horses. They was like kind of just. I mean, there were, but they weren't like his. They weren't like his horses. They're just,
Right. Are they male, female?
They are both female.
Got Velma and you got Louise.
Do you really want to be on a wagon hitched up
that's
to two
true.
horses called Thelma and Louise as you're going through canyons?
At some point, I need to send you all the script I wrote. There was Thelma and Louise meet the Doctor.
Oh, geez, that would be funny.
It was a 24-hour playwriting festival thing that I did, and I have to say I was very impressed with how it turned out.
Nice.
I was also delirious, but people laughed, so we were good.
Nice. Oh, and Catel's
Thelma and
also going to
Louise.
take some of that vapor and can use it, hoping it will help
You
her sleep.
sleep very, very soundly.
Bye.
Drift off into a blissful, pleasant sleep.
I'm gonna dive into a tent. We got two.
All right.
I have two medium tents and a small tent. So 5 people can definitely be in tents because I knew Cedric wouldn't want to sleep. And it saved us money because we don't have much. Actually, we have like basically nothing left after I bought all the stuff we needed.
You could have probably saved on one of those tents too, because Catel regularly sleeps outside.
Well, at this point, I think it would have just been another 5 or 10
Cedric,
And
guild.
if it rained, I don't know if you would be as
That's
keen
true.
on
But-
sleeping
Cedric
outside.
does note that there are only 5 tents as he stands out of the light of the fire.
Well, I also knew someone would be on watch too, so like there was a couple things, but I figured
Yes,
like.
it wasn't the Cedric factor. I think it was because somebody would always be
But
on
my whole thing is like
Yeah.
he doesn't sleep, he doesn't eat.
I'm
Is
gonna look
dead?
at
I
He's
know
still
he
a
is.
person.
I got feelings.
I'm gonna look at the other two. Well, I think it's that time.
Yeah, and he looks over at his bag and sees how deflated it is, grabs it, opens it up, and just looks at
Sorry
Wynn.
about that.
Yes, Wynn's got like just a little belly going now. Just
Food, baby.
yes.
When I say bottomless pit, I actually mean it.
I thought that was a joke.
I'll catch something again tomorrow.
Alright.
I still have
And just
rations.
points off at Wynn and just goes, at some points, you owe me. I'll always share food with you. Next time, leave me some, at least. And he'll go off to bed.
Lorna, roll perception check.
No, you failed me.
Oh dear.
Why is she
I'm
rolling
like, no,
perception?
I have a good perception too, guys.
I know, that was such a low roll.
It was such a low roll. And that's not a horrible roll for
No,
the
but
final,
it's-
not high enough. I'm gonna look at Belmy. Turn it in.
Yeah, I suppose it's about that time. Which tent am I going in?
I think you have your choice.
I'll go hang with Dodger there.
Dodger's already on his mat, curled up, hand touching the sword, but still curled up and out. Just dead to the world.
then I'll look over at Cedric. Cedric, are you sure you have the watch alone? I don't mind staying up a little.
You may rest.
And I'll kind of whistle for wind. And then I'm going to go to a tree and climb up in the tree.
Why did I buy tents?
Sorry.
You guys are killing me.
Why? Like, if it rains, sure, she'll take the cover, but she is so happy to be out in the open again.
Took me
There
so
will
long
be
to pick
other
them up.
nights where all the tents will be used. It's a good thing to have.
We're
you
gonna be
say.
on a train here soon. We'll probably sell the tents after this trip.
No. Let's be real. This is RPG. Tabletop RPGs here.
We'll have our crates on our back. We need a bag of holding.
And when I climb up in the tree, I want to look at Wynn. Does Wynn come with me, or is Wynn decided to sleep
No.
somewhere else?
Wynn had been there, and then when you went to go to the tree and look for her, she is nowhere to be found.
Maybe that's what the perception check was.
I think it's whatever distracted him. All right, I'm going to, as I get up in the tree, once I'm up there, I'm assuming there's a tree I can climb.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to place my hand again, the one with the markings on the tree, and then I'm just going to speak out into the air. You'll know where to find me.
You get a a flash image of this great massive tree, like a tree like larger than a city block, and just the impression of duty. That's it.
She just whispers, I know. I know. She'll shut her eyes.
All right. It's a quiet night. Made even more quieter by the soundless staring of Cedric. You like that alliteration there I did?
Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah. Cedric,
Yep.
you see Wynn coming back from there it is, from this direction. I don't know if you can see my ping. I don't know how zoomed out you are.
I see it.
Hovering in the air, and she lands down there and looks like she's holding something. And scurries over to the tent of Bellamy and Dodger.
He's gonna stealthily move over to observe.
All right. By the time you make it over there, she leaves, comes back out of the tent. She perches up on her back two legs and kind of looks to the sky for a moment, and then pounces off in the direction that you saw Lorna go into the earlier that evening. This is all like pre-dawn.
Okay. He'll look at the way she went. Look up into the sky. Look over at the tent. Carefully open it up. Stick his head in.
They're dead. No.
She paid him back. She paid him back.
You look in, you see them both there, just sleeping.
Is there anything that stands out? A pile of wind poop? Or anything like that?
That's her currency.
Like a rabbit.
She takes a chapter out of Stanley Shorthall.
No?
He's gonna find a gold nugget in his pocket in the morning or something.
Okay.
You might see Bellamy sleeping in a small pool of sand. Sand has sort of accumulated on his clothes and around his sleeping mat.
Interesting.
Hey,
Like fine grainy sand.
he looks at that and closes the flap and turns around and moves back to maybe over here now. He's gonna look across these dark cliffs and think.
All right. As dawn approaches, Cattell, that's your internal clock ticking.
Huh?
It's time to wake.
Lorna would have been up at the same time, basically.
Lorna, you wake up, and Wynn is curled on your lap, sleeping. Dodger, throw some dice out there. Is this to see if you woke up?
You
or
see me
not?
woke up or not?
It was
I
totally
don't know
to see
what
if
the
he woke
number
up or
was,
not.
though.
The number was 53. I said highs, he was going to wake up at dawn. Lows, he was not. In my head, I was making that decision, and he rolled a 53, so he is very, very groggy upon waking up at this ungodly hour.
When he comes out, Cattell she's found a nice stick of sorts. She's not gonna waste her essence to.
No, remember you don't need to spend it to summon.
Oh, that's
'Cause
right.
it's bound. Yeah.
Yes. So is it only my special weapon?
Yeah, it's what you've bound. So
Okay.
you can do other things, but that will cost essence. But the one that you're bound to, you can at will.
Well, I'm thinking if I see Dodger come out, I'll actually probably find a couple of sticks because I don't want
Scare
him
with
swinging.
your awesome.
Well, I don't want him swinging that one sword at me until I am 100% certain that he could do so without accidentally killing me. But also because, scary spirit. So,
Fair.
yeah, she'll just kind of twirl them in her hands and kind of wait for him to come over.
I'm snoring, drool's coming out. Sleeping. You guys will have to wake me up.
Lorna's sitting up in the tree eating some of the nuts and berries that she had gathered the night before, just watching all of this.
And Bellamy's already sitting cross-legged somewhere.
Am I the only one that
close.
sleeps in around here?
Welcoming the dawn.
Apparently.
Yep.
Sun salutations. I used to do those every morning. Then I got lazy. I'm gonna toss one of the sticks to Dodger to see if he's awake to catch it.
DM, what do I roll for that, or do I just determine a thing to see
Yes.
if he's awake enough to catch?
Do a finesse
Finesse.
reaction.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
So for a finesse reaction, what you want to do is you want to click on your the die next to finesse.
Okay.
Ah, catches it. You got skills.
Got some skills, apparently.
Your reaction's good. You ready?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, so I'm gonna go through the whole very basics from the very beginning, what I was taught when I was taken in to learn all of this stuff, from arms, standing, posture, how to hold the thing, all that jazz.
He's very actively listening and, like, taking it in. Some of it's not sticking, but that's to be expected when he's
If
very
Cattell
tired and he's a little thick.
If Cattell notices, she'll find a different way to help him potentially understand what she's trying to. She's actually, I imagine, a decent teacher, but lacks
That's what I
experience.
figured too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully she should be good at that. Yes, Lorna.
How similar is this to Lorna's past? We're watching her.
No. You wouldn't recognize it.
Not necessarily the I'm talking from home.
This is she is. I guess she'd be like aware of it. It's nothing familiar to you because it's an Anemos fighting technique. It's how they fight. So if you were to visualize it, think like to our world, it's very much.
I'm not asking if the style of fighting is
Well, this
the
is for
same,
Dodger's purposes, just so he
okay.
knows what she's teaching, and Catel's purposes because we really not
I
get
don't
into
even
it.
know what's happening.
It is a like almost like it's like almost like a martial arts type of. It's very form and function and very subtle but purposeful movements and such. The in that sort of technique, definitely. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. That's just for your imagination. But it's very smooth motions, deliberate attack. It's very accomplishing very much with very little exertion. It's like everything is with purpose and form and stuff. So there's not
But
a lot
I
of.
imagine that she would have been taught to fight in a way that suited her body type, which is not strength-based, it's dex-based.
Yeah.
So.
Now, Catel's specific fighting style is a little bit. It's just a variation of that because she is a lot. She's improvises a lot too.
Right.
But she knows the technique of that because of her past. But so she can emulate it. But if you were to cut loose, there'd be different types of things going on.
Mm-hmm.
After watching them, I wasn't asking so much the style, and that's what I'm prefacing here. After watching them for a few minutes, Lorna is going to quietly climb down the tree, waking Wynn up and putting Wynn on her shoulders, like kind of like the sleepy kitty, but you just kind of pick her up and kind of shift her.
Yeah.
And on her shoulders, and she's going to quietly climb down the tree and slip away into the woods.
Do I clock this?
Nope. Because she was deeper into the woods anyway to begin with, and I don't think you want to get whacked with a stick in the middle of training. So, hey, that's it. I'm taking you out, Dodger. You don't get
So we are like sparring together. It's not just or sparring, but with intent. It's not just essentially like if this were a group of people standing in formation, learning the movement itself. We are.
I'd say she would teach you the movement, but then have you come at her with it and then correct you.
You
It's
would
like
notice
going-
that he's not nearly as on top of it without the sword in his hand. He's a lot more clumsier without it.
And I think she sensed that, and that's why she's decided to do something about it, so that you don't have to rely on that sword in the case that something ever happened where you were without it.
Okay.
Is Lorna going any place particular? Or just
Going to
in the
keep
woods?
moving far enough into the woods where she can't hear the sound.
Okay.
She can't hear the sound. She needs to not hear the sound.
Okay. Cedric, this is all going on. You've been awake all night.
Yeah, just been watching people slowly come out of their tents.
Yep. Bellamy goes and finds a spot. He's doing his meditation. And almost like everybody's kind of emerges from wherever these places are all around dawn and take up what appears to be very much routine, except for Dodger, who looks like he's very much out of his routine right now.
Yeah.
And Lexi's not even awake.
Which is probably what Dodger's routine usually is.
Right.
You know, as
It
Petra
depends on the
folk.
night, how much ale he's drank the night before.
And no, Cedric's very much enjoying watching people live their lives as he just sits. Is this an actual ruin over here? What is this?
Yeah, over there. Yeah, that's this is a waypoint for people stopping by, and this was built there. It's You don't recognize what were lit, but you see little trinkets and stuff are sitting on in the little tray that the figure's holding.
Yeah, after watching people for a bit, he didn't want to miss that. He's gonna jump down a couple of flights and go check out the Wayfarer station.
Okay. So,
Did anyone else think that it looked like Alien?
what looked like alien?
Like one of the
Little bit.
engineers.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Looked like
this-
Alien?
What looked like alien?
Oh yeah, no. Now that I see it, I can see that.
What?
But it's the
Where?
top view of somebody
Mm-hmm.
holding a bowl. Now that I.
Oh, the thing.
Oh.
Got you. Okay, I was like,
yeah,
what?
it's like a looked like a like a traveler's cloak with a hood pulled over, and it's got holding out this tray, and you see there's some coins on it, flowers on it, the random knickknacks.
Offering.
Could I do a theology or history, just to see if I generally have any service
You can
level?
do a theology. It's gonna
Pretty high.
yeah,
Oh,
but who knows what you can pull out of
Yeah.
your head.
who knows?
Roll a 20. No, that's not
Nothing.
gonna do
Brains.
it.
Dang.
Yeah, this
Um,
is just not it's completely foreign to you. Like you get the gist of it just by looking at it in your theology background. Like kind of like this is probably for for travelers, pay kind of like tithe for safety and whatnot. But outside of that, you don't.
Yeah, he's just going to take a look at what some of the people have left, and then maybe sit here for a bit.
Okay. The items that are on it there doesn't seem any rhyme or reason to it. Again, with your theology background, it's probably things that are precious to the person who left it, versus any kind of monetary value to it. And then you scoop it all up and put it in a satchel.
Oh, he's not going to disturb it. He's just going to look at the stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, eventually Lexi wakes up. The practicing includes.
How's he
You
look?
feel like you've learned some stuff there.
Probably took some good welts throughout, though.
Just a couple. Kel's a good
Just a
teacher. I
couple.
don't think she would unnecessarily beat the tar out of you just for no reason.
No,
Although
no,
trying to
but-
land a blow on her is near impossible.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I know he probably has some from just bad counters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mistakes
Just
made.
more- yeah, mistakes and such. Yeah. Especially when she was going to kind of for you to defend and such, and you just defended wrong. You took a rap on the knuckles and things
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. And yeah. All right.
Absolutely.
Any other things for you pack up your camp?
Tella's taking care of the horses and giving them much love and scritches. Kisses on the nose.
I'm barely functioning.
It's just funny. I just did realize that too, because this is completely out of Lexi's environment, and this is Lorna's go-to place, and this is Lexi.
I'm slowly dying.
I can't smell the
Where's
grease in
the
engine
city?
oil.
Where's
Where's the smoke? Where's the
smoke?
city?
I can't move when.
Where's there an engine room?
I'm off.
What's that?
I can't move when, but when would be with me. I just realized.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, sorry.
Do I notice that Lorna is still missing?
Yeah, they're nowhere to be found.
Okay, so something happened. I accidentally clicked out of Foundry, and it won't let me click my person to get back in.
That happened to me before. I had to completely go out and back in a couple times.
Oh man. Okay. So while I'm trying to figure this out, I'm
Okay.
just gonna try and figure out if I can get a beat on where she might be.
Are you telling anyone
Maybe
that you're
call
looking for her?
Well, I'm not really necessarily leaving camp. I'm kind of just calling to see if she can hear me.
Well, that would certainly, yes, let
So
everybody
then,
know what's
so
going
now
on.
we
She's
know
not-
you're
she's
like,
being
where's
quiet.
Lorna?
She's like,
Yeah.
calling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, as soon as I hear her yelling for her, I'm like kind of just looking around. Like, where are they? I'm in a haze right now.
Dodge
Now, Laura,
trace.
you can't hear it because she is shouting for you, so it's not like just standard noise. I mean,
I don't know
you
if
said
I'd
you're
be
just.
shouting.
Oh, never mind. You
but
have no
it's like
idea.
a loud
I
call.
did move far enough away where I could not hear the sticks.
Right, that's what she
Pretty
would have
sharp
to
at
yell.
hearing
She would have to shout for you to hear her. So yeah, you don't hear
I'm gonna
her
look at
call for you.
the others. I'm just gonna go see if I can find her. Okay, before anyone freaks out and tries to follow me, I don't care if someone does, but you should know that I am I'm the last person you should worry about getting stuck somewhere that they don't want to be. I give Lexi a very meaningful look. I developed some skills that get me out of those situations. So, take care of the horses, get packed up and ready to go. I'm just gonna see if I can find her.
Alright. I was actually just about to go looking for Win, but since Win's probably with Lorna, I'll let you.
We'll
You do you.
take down the tents and pack up.
Yeah, we'll get packed up.
Bellamy doesn't move much from his sitting stance, but he kind of like puts his hand up, gives you a peace sign.
I love it so much.
It's so strange because the way he sounds and the way he looks makes me think like a mountain man or a cowboy or something, but he's got a very like hippie
Yes, that's
vibe,
what
which is hilarious because I grew up with all of that. That was my town. All of it.
Love it.
Still can't get in. This is really weird.
Well, it's funny
It won't
because
let you into Foundry, or won't.
Well, it won't let me click Catel's name.
I had
jump
that
back
happen
in.
before.
We tried hard refreshing.
When that happened, I had to completely close out of the
I
browser, and I
have-
think I had to clear my history. Actually,
Oh, that's weird.
What
I'm
issue
gonna-
are you having on Foundry?
she can't.
She can't claim her person to. As she
I'm gonna
likes.
Because it's
try.
underneath the horses.
Like, yeah, I mean, that could be. Are you in the?
No,
I'm
she's
not
not
in
even.
the
She's not
campaign.
even
Yeah, I don't
showing
think
up.
she's she can't
Oh,
log
in
the
into
thing.
the.
I can't see it. I can't.
Did you close completely out of your browser?
I have.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go. I'm checking the player configuration to see
Is
if
our
you're.
stream frozen, or is it just me?
Oh, it's still going.
It's still
Yeah, it
going.
looks like it's going for me.
I'm gonna try a
where are you?
different
All right, I'm going to. I don't want to kick you. No, I gotta keep you in here, so I'm not gonna do that.
Anyway, I'm looking for Lorna. See if this will work. Okay, I'm using a different browser for now. We can figure out
All right.
the technical difficulties later.
All right. So you were going to track.
Going to attempt it. I'm not a tracker. I'm a warrior. But I'm gonna try. See if
Well,
this will
that's
load.
Do you have access to your character?
Not present to
All right,
me. I'm
I'll roll
waiting
for
for
her
it to
then. Okay,
load.
I'll roll for Patel. It's a survival check.
I don't think she
Oh,
has.
that was almost a natural 20.
I
Oh.
know. It turned into
So
a regular
close.
2.
But then it turned into a regular. Snap, crackle, pop.
Right. All right. So, I mean, like you said, this is not your thing. So it's literally like, I'm going to run into her, but you're walking with purpose. So it's not like you're like bumbling around, but it is. Lauren is good.
I'm
So,
calling out to her, imagining that at some point she might hear me. I just don't want to be so loud that I draw anything that I don't want to draw the attention of. Like, I don't know what's in these woods.
like the half giant. So, yeah.
Right.
So Lorna, you would hear her eventually, because if she's calling low enough not to draw too much attention, but still moving around. She's eventually going to get into range where you could hear her in the distance calling for you. But she's not heading in your general direction.
Once Lorna got far enough where she couldn't hear sticks striking each other, she would have sat down on the ground level and done her own version, I guess, of what Bellamy would call meditating. And probably talking to Wynn, telling Wynn about the small vision she had. Until she
Do I hear her at all? I have really good hearing.
She's
I mean, yeah, if she was just
whispering at this point.
Yeah, if she was like maybe talking, but this is just between her and Wynn, and not to mention you wouldn't understand a thing either of them were saying because you don't speak that language.
And then
So
when
it's
she
not
hears,
celestial. Got it.
No.
when she hears the Cattell yelling, I think that we're about to get told off. Well, should we go back?
Wynn like looks at the tree.
I think we're going to be in the
GM
trees
feels
for a
like he needs to really work on a voice for Wynn.
Chipmunk voice.
I know, I haven't quite landed on how I want it to be. I'll get there. But kind of nods and reluctantly kind of heads back.
And I'll start quietly making my way towards where I hear Cattell probably being obnoxiously loud, even though she isn't intentionally doing it. You rolled a 2.
Yes.
I'm claiming it.
I did not roll a 2.
I picture the parent trap with the sticks.
Right, with the cougars?
Oh, that would make it where she would not be walking in that direction.
She's not dumb. She's not dumb.
No.
She's not like a forest person, but I imagine she's familiar
She gets
enough.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, she's not like she's bumbling through it, but she's just doing the best she was doing like what any of us normally would probably do if we're trying to find somebody, but we're not for woods people or anything
teasing.
like that.
It's not like.
But Lorna does kind of come off from the side, like you weren't necessarily in her direction. You're not sure how far away she was, but she comes up and she is real. I mean, she does not make a lot of noise when she's moving through the woods.
Can I get? Can I? I'm gonna look her up and down. Can I get a read? Can I do an empathy?
You sure can. Are you back in, or do I need to roll?
I
for you?
am.
back in.
Okay.
I'm back
Since you don't
in.
trust me to roll for you.
I don't.
After that,
On
2.
your hands. Empathy. Let's see if I can do any better.
All right, that's a pass. What does she pick up from you?
You can tell she's been very relaxed since we entered the woods, she's comfortable where she is, but she is definitely, she didn't wander this way just because she decided to wander. Knowing Tell's perception, she probably did notice her for half a second before they started training up in the tree, and then she was just gone. And you also know that Lorna has been very aware and very, for the most part, respectful of the concept of sticking together and making sure people knew. So this was, in some ways, I mean, there is a certain amount of, this is a comfort area for her, so she's comfortable, she's in her element, but she's definitely not of the same mindset she was the other night.
And I think with some self-reflection, Cattell can probably ascertain enough to ask, what triggered you? Why'd you leave? The what?
The sound.
The sound of what?
She'll pick up a stick off the ground and hit it against a tree. And then drop it again.
Oh. Alright. I'll find something else.
There is nothing else. It's fine.
There are things you can't hear.
There are moments that I'd rather not think on, especially here.
I respect that. I understand. I'll give you warning next time.
I knew what you were doing. I didn't know it would bother me. It's been a while since I heard that sound.
I'll give you a heads up next time. And I'll start heading back towards camp.
He still needs training.
I know.
Don't stop. Not on my account.
I don't intend to. But I don't want to make you uncomfortable. You're going out of your way to try and understand what I'm going through. Yours is straightforward enough. I don't need to ask questions. And I can find a way to make it not burdensome on you. Or at least try.
Or I can go for a walkabout while you do.
Maybe take someone with you next time. And I just toss her a little bit of a smirk.
No one can keep up with me here.
Don't need to if you're only taking a walk.
Snap!
And I wasn't alone. And I'll nod my head up into the trees, probably where Wynn is doing her thing.
I know. But I think that having another person around who talks back more than she does. I know you two converse. I know she does. But sometimes I think having company who doesn't know or entirely understand sometimes makes it easier.
I don't know. I find when people don't understand, they tend to judge.
When people don't understand, they don't have anything to judge.
We may come from the same areas, but we come from very different people.
Maybe. All I know is that not telling some of my secrets made my childhood, at least, bearable.
To be fair, had I kept some in mind, it might have made things a little bit more bearable as well. So that I can understand.
And just for the record, I'm the last person who would judge anyone for anything. I don't have a right to.
Who does?
That's the question.
She kind of visually, like, shakes off a lot of whatever's on her mind. So, how'd he do? You didn't crack his skull, did you? You really don't want to have to waste a spell.
I'm better at control than that.
Oh, I have no doubt, but I don't know exactly how good of a student he is. And I've seen trainers training to teach a lesson.
He wasn't that bad.
Fair enough.
There'll be balance soon enough.
Must be strange to talk to a sword.
You know, I wasn't going to say anything, but I've only heard stories. Rich
Why don't you
people.
tell me? Sometime.
Oh, it's just rich people. Who knows if it's actually true?
Didn't you get the sword from a ritual?
Point. But also, there are very few of them that you can trust.
I wouldn't know. I haven't really known any. Besides Fisk, and I'm pretty sure I can't trust him. I've known that since the moment I met him.
He's still a problem. And one we're gonna have to figure out.
She's gonna take out her wooden dagger and hold it out to Cattell. What do you make of this? We're probably, I'm assuming, getting closer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what do I notice?
Well, she's shown it to you before, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think I've
Not-
ever let her handle it.
Yeah, I just...
Oh, you take it from her?
Yeah, I actually hold it out to her.
All right, so she holds it out to you. You see it kind of this like light pulse again. This kind of green light pulse just once, just like a boom.
It's definitely magic. Do I notice anything else? I'm gonna kind of test the tip of it, flick the edge, see about how
Does
it
it
feels.
pulse when she takes it, or is it pulse? Did the pulse happen in my hand?
In your hand. Now you take it, nothing happens. Just actually, it feels like a carved piece of wood.
I hand it back to her. Feel it. Tell me what.
And it
Tell me what it
pulses
feels
again. Now to Lorna, it has heft to it. Like it feels as if she were holding a metal blade. It's heavier in her hand than she would guess.
Feels like a dagger.
And it was meant for you, because to me it's just another stick. Right. I'm gonna pull out the amulet.
All right.
Oh no!
I'm like, what the?
Watch out when the
I know, I was
DM
like-
guys! Watch out!
I love it when the DM reacts.
How close? How
What have we
close are
done?
Getting to the campsite, like
I
to
imagine
everybody
we're
else?
pretty.
Yeah, I would imagine we're
close.
pretty close
Yeah, you're
I
probably about 20, 30 feet away.
because we could continue this
Cattell-
conversation once we get on the wagon if needed.
Well, and
Well,
Cattell
Lorna,
also
give
was
me a
intentionally-
perception check.
Oh, okay.
Intentionally, she was gonna show it to the others to see what they made of it. So
Mhm.
if they were coming close, she was like, "That's as good a time as any."
25.
All right.
That's a good roll. What's happening?
I rolled a perception check. I don't know.
When
I was just saying, like,
you
what's happening?
when you go to get the take the dagger back from Cattell, and she's just like, it just feels like a stick to me. Her eyes are amber with no whites. Just for a moment.
Maya tells
Hers.
us.
Cattell's eyes. Like to the point like you almost like thought you just were imagining things. And then they're back to their regular brilliant color.
Lavender twilight blue.
Lavender twilight. I couldn't remember the
fact
second
that
part
you,
to
like,
it.
looked off in the
I remember the lavender part. I don't remember the twilight.
Wow, that's new.
You know colors come with motion as well? Yeah, it's all
They
with
do.
Worse. Gosh.
Yes.
It's all in art. I have that amulet halfway up.
Well, as you're just reaching in and you're pulling it out. You don't even realize that. Other than when you kind of look back up at her, she's giving you that look that she's showing you right now.
What? Yeah. Something just happened. What happened?
I don't know. It, And she's gonna hold out the dagger again. Palm open. Take it again for a moment.
I take it. Amulet's still in my other hand.
And her eyes are the same.
Still feel the same.
Those moments with trial and error with magical items, guys. This is what you do when you don't
No,
have
you're messing with
identify.
the forces of nature.
And one of us has no inkling about magic, so this is fun.
All right,
The
Cattell.
other one is very, very specific in the areas that she knows.
Give me an Arete reaction roll.
Irritating action.
What's that?
What the what?
Actions? Is it in actions?
It's under attributes. It's under soul.
Oh no. What did I do?
You're gonna kill me.
Unintentionally.
Dead. I have to make a new character. I really like this one. Okay, wait. Irritate.
Can't touch this one.
You know.
And just roll the die
there.
next to the
Take
word.
like,
Just
you know,
the die.
50 damage.
Okay, so there's
Probably didn't
Irritate, under soul.
That's
and
the
then
one
the
you're
die.
after. Yeah, and
Okay.
you want to click the die. All right, this one I'm gonna have to send you a
I
note.
don't.
Oh no,
Four.
the whispers! Come on!
This was.
Whispers.
I didn't
One
get
is a little
that
bit whisper, 'cause I'm
one,
not
though,
sure.
because-
I'm like really involved, man. I need to know what's going on.
So how
These
did I get the
whispers.
You don't have a modifier?
one?
All right, I sent you in Zoom chat.
Oh, it's
4.
the formula in the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
No.
I did not mean to actually click that.
Dice
My
are
bad.
rolling everywhere.
I'm sorry.
You're affecting Dodger
Know
too.
what it means.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I drop it, I drop it, I drop it, I drop it, I drop it. I like
Okay.
fling it
I
at her.
catch it. Are you alright? You tell.
I'm fine. Do I get a sense that it happened because I was holding the amulet, or if it was just because I was holding on to the blade longer? Don't know.
Actually weren't. You literally took it from me and it happened.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my little scarf and I'm gonna just very hard, just like I'm gonna kind of test my backside a little bit. Do I feel anything?
Nope.
Nothing on top of my head?
Nope.
I'm all good. Okay.
You're all good.
Okay, you alright?
Yes, I'm fine. What did you see? Did you see something? What did you see?
Whoa. Your eyes went a sort of color. For a moment. Just a moment. Amber.
Does that mean anything to me? Am I
Oh, yeah.
familiar with that? She just starts showing on her thumbnail. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Are you sure you're alright?
Yeah, I just probably shouldn't touch the dagger.
She touched it before. I mean, your eyes maybe shift. It could have been a trick of the light. It's just strange.
Yeah. Yeah, it was yeah, probably. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It didn't hurt me. I'm fine. I promise.
I looked down at my hand. She threw that thing at me. Am I waiting?
It's like stuck in your gut. Why?
No, I'm like, because I would have caught it, and
Yeah.
like, but I probably would have caught it. However, I was going to catch it. So,
And I think in that moment she forgot it wasn't like that for Lorna. It was an actual blade. Like
Yeah, because in her
sticking out
hand,
of her
it feels
hand,
like a light. It just feels like a.
Cedric's knife earlier.
Thanks.
yeah, I'm fine. I just shouldn't. I look at Lorna really hard. Do I notice anything about her that's different as she holds the dagger?
No, not particularly.
I
Tell her.
wonder what would happen if we had Cedric hold it.
Why? You said it.
It
What's
didn't.
going on?
It didn't hurt me. It's just had a bit of a. It's hard to explain. It's just it's a internal sensation, like something is trying to. I don't know how to put it into words. It just felt strange and it jarred me. You said my eyes changed color.
For a moment, and then they were back.
Did it happen after or while I was holding the dagger when they turned back?
What was the question?
Did my eyes change back while I was holding it, or
Yes.
after?
Oh no, after
I gave
you...
it back.
Well, and that's the thing, because she was, I mean, you're not always like staring at somebody's eyes, so she just noticed when she took it back that she looked up as the transaction was occurring, that she saw that flash, and it was like, and then looked, wait, did I just see that?
I noticed as you handed it back to me, and then, almost like I didn't register it at first. And then when I looked back, they were fine, as they are now.
All right.
Twilight.
So, I don't know anything about it. I can't help you with the dagger. I think that we should put it in Cedric's hand and see what happens.
Last time something magical came in contact with Cedric was me trying to heal him, and they almost killed him.
Well, he said that the healing wasn't compatible.
Yes,
I don't think that... I mean, he uses magic himself. He consumes magic. At least that's my basic understanding of it. I want to see if anyone knows, trying to change the subject, but this, I think I got this from the same person who gave you that dagger. And I'm curious to see if anybody can
Okay,
tell what it is.
soothsayer.
So, as she kind of like holds that like the amulet so you can see it better, you hear like rustling in the trees as wind just and it's gone.
Do I get it or just Lorna?
Both of you hear that. Yeah, I was
yeah.
like, and she just, and you just see her darting away.
That's the exact same reaction she had to the old woman's shop. And I'm gonna look at that amulet. I want to see if anything.
She reacted to the amulet the way she reacted to the woman, but she's not reacting to your dagger.
Wasn't really raised the dagger around her, except for just now showing it to you.
She didn't
But
run off until...
She's looked at it before.
I wonder if the amulet and the woman have some similarities in their magic. What do you think?
I look at it. I'm gonna take it from her unless she offers it, but
You've
No,
seen it
hold it
before,
out to
right?
her.
I think we had it out there. Have you seen it before? I can't remember
I
who
think
she's
the
shown
only
it to.
one who's seen it
Cedric?
is Cedric.
Cedric is the only one that has seen the amulet.
I'll slowly, and I still have.
At least that's what I have written in my notes, because I was going.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
look over how close are we to the others.
20 feet away. Like, if they
No,
turn in your
okay.
direction, they would see you.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like tilt my head, go see, bring it to the others also.
I'm gonna look at it. As we
Yeah,
walk.
yeah.
And I'm gonna take it so that I can actually examine it.
Okay. It's nothing, affects you. It is a, I'm gonna put it in here somewhere.
It's like a medallion, isn't it?
It was like
But it had
gold,
like,
like
a
almost like
star.
yeah. It was gold, and it had like a symbol, and
Yeah, I remember seeing a picture
Yeah.
of it.
Got way too many folders.
maybe
Can't open it. Why
if
can't I
if you send me these files, I could always just pop. Just if you just tell me what it is, and you don't have to go through all your files, and I will
Wait a
pop
minute, I
them
think I
over
know where
for
it's at
you.
now.
You all
Does
see
anyone
Lorna and
notice
Cattell
us?
walking in. Lorna's
Yeah.
hands bleeding from a wooden blade. She's
She's holding a blade through her hand. And
Her hands
Tail's
tied.
got like her scarf held over her head.
Exactly.
What happened out there?
She's kind of, now that the subject has moved on, she's not being as forceful with it, but it's still on her head.
There you go.
but Lexi, haven't seen you done that before when you were reacting to something. I'm all like, okay. Now what's going on?
I think Lorna and Lexi are the only ones that have seen her
Who did
react
that?
in different moments.
All right, so as they're coming back into the
Lorna saw
camp,
you
you see
pray
that
or
Lorna's
whatever.
holding,
Time.
she's holding the amulet, looking at it, and it's about this. It fits into like the palm of your hand.
Lexi, this is what I was talking about.
Ooh.
I have no idea what it is. It was given to me. I don't know if anybody can figure it out.
I grab it just so I could take a look at it, and inspect it.
Lorna's looking at it and like holding it up.
And I'm all like, wait,
So you grab the answer, we're like, hey,
let me see.
let's touch Dodger's hair, hand it to Cedric, and see what happens.
Is there anything
Okay, all right,
I
stand on
can,
one leg.
is there anything that I can roll to, if I recognize it, or, because I do read a lot, if I've seen this anywhere, or...
I can
I will
praise
roll
it, guys.
for you
I
because
don't know why.
Oh,
I have a
You can
praise.
you're just
appraise
gonna
him.
roll
if
for
I
it.
tell you what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
rolling, that would reveal too much. I'll roll.
Oh,
Okay, so
you're
do
gonna-
I.
That makes sense for Dodger.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm still trying to understand it.
Nope, that's wrong. I have nothing in appraise. That's a lie.
I have one. And I have one in research.
But you still may have a score in it because that's a natural.
I have a 3 in appraise.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It does make sense.
I have to know parts and stuff.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
He's rolling to see if I have
got
any.
Okay.
Yeah.
You suck. Can I roll just to roll just to see if my roll's better, and then you can do your math?
You fail. Go ahead and roll d20. See what happens.
Oh, really? Excellent.
Oh boy.
We're all superstitious about our dice.
Seriously.
No,
Like, don't let her touch. Don't say you rolled worse than
I
me.
did
Get outta
roll
here
worse.
with
Okay,
your fucking
fine.
dice.
Gosh,
Any ideas?
is the dagger out?
I don't know. I don't know what Lauren's
Yeah.
doing with it.
Is it?
No, the
Are you
dagger's in
showing
Lauren's
the
hand.
dagger too?
She was gonna. Yeah, she's got it in her hand. I mean, she's just holding it right now.
Oh, I
I'll
could.
put that
If
up
you're
there, too.
showing it, I'll grab and take a look at that too.
Oh, she literally was looking at the medallion. And the dagger was just in her hand. She was just holding it, and you took the
I'm like-
medallion from her. So
I'm like, these are cool. I want to see them.
So as Lexi takes them,
Well, if someone else wants to look at the medallion, I'm like, "Pfft, don't know what this is. Next.
as Lexi takes them both, she arcs her back, like in agonizing pain, and then falls flat on the ground, unconscious.
I
Scramble to get them away from her.
And
You
as she lay on space, like not even like catching herself, like she's unconscious before she even hits the ground, and everybody make except Cedric because you're not around, or are you around? I don't know. It's been a while.
Sorry,
You gotta come back.
I'm looking at
Wow.
knickknacks and enjoying nature.
So everybody who's in this vicinity of her, make an agility reaction,
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be bad,
which is
guys.
roll the die next to agility.
okay, that was weird.
I'm just apologizing now.
Where's the
Find like
reaction
stutter
now?
stutter roll.
It's under. It's where the same place where you rolled that Arete
Attributes.
one.
I should have been smarter about
I only
this.
see Bellamy and Lorna. I don't see Dodgers. And I thought you rolled it. Oh, there
No.
it is. Okay.
I was finding it.
Dodger
I
earned
should
his
be
name.
I should be good at this, but I
Holy-
imagine the minute that happened, Lorna was already like leaning down and almost basically falling to her knees to help, and
Same.
So it reads.
Remind me
so that
what
reads
tab.
well. Yes, that plays into the hand as well.
Remind me the tab. I'm not finding it. I don't
Attributes.
It's the very first one, attributes.
It's in body. It's the first one in body.
Yeah, it's under body.
Okay, so it was a what?
You want to roll the die next to agility. There you go. All right. So you both lead in. Cattell, though, with your train, you just naturally avoid,
I imagine Lorna
damage pretty
didn't care
much, like
about
getting
taking
hit. So
damage.
you
Just
spring
focus.
back as basically electricity just kind of arcs off of her entire body and just like in the vicinity of the area. Dodgy, you dove. You're good to go.
I'm on top of the cot.
Yeah.
Just straight up nope.
So Bellamy and Lorna, you both take
I'm sorry.
11 points of
Oh.
damage.
It's always me.
Oh.
11 points.
11
Holy
points of
crap.
vitality.
I'm sorry.
And she
You're
is,
not-
and then now
I
you
have
just
no
kinda, like,
control.
smoke, just kind of like almost like she got like electrocuted.
I kind of groan for a moment, and I'm going to shove both of the objects towards Cattell because I know she doesn't want to touch the dagger, but at least she can move it with her foot or
I
something.
use a cloth or I use my scarf to the end of my scarf to pick it up, so I'm
And-
not holding it.
I immediately set the hand that has all my markings on Lexi's back, and I will cast Cure.
And
Or
I'm
perception.
assuming
Oh God.
the I'm assuming that at this point, having had her just experience, she ascertains something about Lexi in this moment.
Oh God. I'm so stupid. I shouldn't have grabbed both.
All right, so as you put your hands on her to heal her, you feel something on her back and around her spine, like a lump, a hard lump.
What's wrong?
There's something here.
Okay, hold on. Are any of the tents still up?
Yes.
No, we were taking him down.
Yeah, they were
We
packing
packed
those
him
things
up.
Yeah.
Everything's
making
like
noise?
ready to the cart. The only thing that isn't attached to the cart are the horses, because Dutcher won't go near them.
Did this make a noise, by the way?
Bellamy shouted. when
Yeah,
he got
you hear.
zapped.
Yeah, it sounded like
A lightning strike.
I'm gonna grab Lorna's wrist. Do you need to see what's under there in order to do anything?
Oh, I've healed her before, but what are these objects? They hurt some and they do things to others.
I think your dagger is trying to reveal some secrets. If she wanted us to know what's going on, and I'm talking in a very low whisper, so hopefully
Oh,
only
also, Lorna, she's not breathing.
Yeah,
That's a little important.
what I thought that perception check was going to come. And I'm looking at Cattell like, I have to do something.
Do it.
But what if I hurt her more? Like I did with
Cedric,
Cedric.
she's not like Cedric. You've healed her before. Do what you do.
Speaking of Cedric, he arrives, one hand clutching a runic sphere, and he's like completely jacked out, and the other hand clutching his.
Juicy legs.
Yeah, no, he
Everything
took
at this
literally
point.
all of his buffs, and he's up there, frantically looking around.
It's all right. It's all right. It's just
Well, you see them gathered around
Allergic
Lexi's face
reaction.
down on the ground.
I don't think she's breathing.
she's not.
I'm going to turn her over, and because I don't want to touch whatever that is, just in case, I'm going to roll her over and then put my hand against. I'll actually just lay it on her cheek and cast Cure.
Okay, go ahead.
That's not bad.
You're good.
14 points.
Healing.
That's awesome. And although, what did you roll?
You're the button you told me to push down at the bottom.
2d6 slashing
It's
damage,
2d6 plus-
1d8 fire damage.
Yeah, why?
No, that might be something else related.
You programmed it.
Why are you hurting me more?
Oh no!
Unlimited power.
Fix that. No, that's when we do the update. You'll have the ability to do that.
No, I used it. I used it last game and it worked fine.
What
Hang on.
happened? Because it's
I
not
don't know.
fire damage.
But
I don't know what's
Lexi,
going
you
on.
get 14 points of healing.
2d4 genosis.
Apparently, and burned to death.
Burnt and slashed and
Okay, hang on. I will.
Holy healing fire. That's
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Exactly.
I got it. Give me a second.
Okay.
I just have to
Sorry.
look at all these different scores.
I noticed when I saw those dice, I was like, wow, that's a lot.
I know. I was like, that's I think more than I can actually roll. So, plus.
Oh,
Anna?
while she's doing this,
Yes.
Cedric runs over and just looms. He pulls out his
7 points of healing.
his doctor's kit.
Okay.
7 points of healing, and then I'm going to keep my hand, this hand here, and the other hand goes to her chest to feel if she's breathing.
All right. So as you see, like a green light kind of pulls from her hand, suddenly Lexi just, and I'll let you take it from there. But as she draws in breath,
Lexi, are you all right?
why does this happen?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look at Cedric, and it's taking everything in Catel's power not to hand him the dagger.
I
Okay.
swear to God, I can't heal.
So what? You said I felt the horrible pain in my back,
and then everything went dark.
and everything just went. That's why I felt the pain in my back. Okay, that's
Yeah.
when, like I didn't like have visions of like the light. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was really hot for some reason.
Let's see.
Thanks a lot. Is my back
That's
still?
because Dodger was standing by.
Is my back still sore?
Yes.
Like bad sore, or just like a slight
like when
lingering
you took,
sore?
like, I don't know. I did this as a kid. I learned more when I got older. But when you took the batteries, you kind of stuck your tongue to it.
Oh,
That's what
the
your back feels like.
like lightly or a little bit heavier?
It's just
Like a fresh battery or a dying battery?
It's
How much
just-
charge was on the battery?
Let's roll.
I like that you can gauge it. Like you
can, because like if it's a fresh battery, it's a lot more tingle.
What she's asking, because we've all done it.
Yes,
not.
I would say it's like
I'm
midlife.
not.
it's
not a big
midlife.
deal.
It's a
No,
midlife
don't.
tingle.
I have no intention.
So
No,
yes, it's
I got
painful,
bet
but
money.
not overwhelming like shock pain. It's just
Okay.
like yeah, just
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Is everyone else?
What happened? And you see me like I'm rubbing my back, like oh.
I watch her face. Do I see any reaction that she's surprised that there's something there?
You don't notice that I go right to the spot and I'm just rubbing on it.
My hands are still
Okay,
hung.
that's
I
pretty
have not
telling.
removed my hand.
Yeah, I'm just rubbing on that
Okay.
spot.
Catel has learned a lot today.
You bastard.
She doesn't know anything specific. She just know there's a secret there.
Were we attacked?
No.
Yes!
No,
It's like by those things! And I point it.
Bellamy
Is
did, 'cause
anyone
he
else
took a lot of
hurt?
damage from that too. So
Yeah,
I don't
he's
know
sort
where
of like
sitting at.
he's reeling. It sort of like blew him back, and he's just kind of like a little bit dazed.
Because I know Lorna asked who else. Yeah, because
Right.
yeah, he got.
she
he
actually
got,
yells over the rest of them, basically trying to shut them up.
I'm feeling like shit, to be honest.
What are they like smoking? Like I electrocuted them like they're like fried?
I mean, okay, so Lorna hasn't soaked in the fact that she's hurt yet because of
Yeah, I was like,
she's
what do I
just dealing
see?
with this moment. Although her hair is all. Bellamy, he got knocked away from
Actually,
it.
that's a good
His
one.
hair's electrified too.
I'm sorry. Yeah, as I'm rubbing, I'm just like,
Totally
oh my
fine.
gosh, did I do this?
I'm gonna look
Was this me?
Tell and Cedric, why don't you take her now, please?
Right. I will grab Lexi.
Is this my fault? What did I do?
And then I rush
It's
over to
not
Bellamy,
your fault.
and I'm gonna try to see how bad he is. He's smoking, you said, I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hold out my hands like, may I?
As long as I don't get zapped again or something.
I didn't mean to. I'm like crying. I'm just like, oh my god.
I'm just kind of holding her and petting her hair, trying to soothe her.
And you see that I keep on rubbing that spot.
And she's gonna grab Belmy's arm, just putting her hand again on Belmy's arm, and you see the glow, probably a little brighter this time, because it is the second time she's used it, and very quickly. Glow from green to gold and back to green as it flows, feeling magically.
Sorry, forgot the gold.
No, you're fine. I was surprised you did, because you know what it means. And I actually have a question in that regard, DM. What does her hair look like?
What's whose hair look like?
Her hair. It hasn't changed color because she's using her magic.
No, it's electrified up.
That too.
I'm just curious
Alright.
because it may or may not. It is your call.
Yeah, it's not. No.
Not yet. Okay. There's just been a lot of things flying out
Mm-hmm.
right now. So,
And why don't we go and bury that dagger and medallion and be done with it?
absolutely not.
All right.
No.
And I'm like, yes. Oh my
So they just spontaneously
You
explode.
got 10 points of
Not-
healing, my friend.
Wow. Thank
I
you.
rolled well.
All right, fine. You can keep the dagger.
Wow.
I rolled well.
Nicely done. That
It's
was
not as
really
well
good.
as it's not as good as I can roll, but are you all right?
I'm feeling a lot better now. Thank you.
Of course. And I'm gonna stand up and walk over and pick up the dagger and the medallion and hold the medallion out to Catal.
Are we still touching that thing? Put it
I
away.
don't think they like each other.
Well, Cattell, didn't you have the dagger? Didn't you pick it up with a piece of
Actually,
cloth?
yeah, I picked up the
Oh,
dagger with the
that's right.
cloth, and I had the amulet too, and I probably just tucked it in my.
If I see you have the dagger and you're trying to take me away, I don't want to.
not taking
I'm
you-
afraid I'm
I'm
going
not
to
taking you
trigger again.
I'm just. It's kind of like wrapped in the end because I have this very, 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 very long scarf. It's kind of wrapped up on the ground, so that it's not touching anyone or anything. I've taken it off. So I'm
Okay,
holding
so
you
she's
and I'm
not holding
stroking
it
your
anymore.
hair.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily like holding on to it. I just have it
To
the side.
Lexi, how are you? Do you need a little bit more help?
A second. It doesn't burn anymore. It's just the tingle.
Yeah, it's just this, yeah, tingling, constant.
Does
tingling.
it feel off?
Well, yeah, it's never done this before.
Okay. Oh,
Lexi, do you need somewhere private too?
Once I knew Belmy was okay,
I
crossed back over to
I'm gonna take Lexi's hand.
I grab Cattell. I'm like, just come with me, and I grab her.
I'm gonna kind of grab my scarf and fling it in a way that I'm kind of aiming for Lorna. Hopefully she can catch it.
Stop throwing weapons!
I know, seriously.
I'm literally right next to you. I'm on the other side.
If she's right there, then I'm gonna say, take the dagger.
I take the dagger, shove it in my boot so that it's actually like out of sight as much as possible, and then I'm following.
Boys, stay here.
Not
All
letting
right.
Lexi out of my sight.
God, who's still in the cart?
I'm on top of the cart, but I was also like fishing for like water skins so that I could like give to the hurt people, and 2 out of the 3 hurt people just went.
Yeah.
Hey, Belmy, you want some water?
I'm all right.
Sure.
And I'm gonna guide Lexi
Fine.
to kind of
Give me
like
that.
find some
There you
kind
are.
of
I'm trying to find
little
a cover.
hiding place.
Yeah.
You have to go into the trees now, yeah, because all the tents,
I'll
and everything's
take over.
packed up.
Yeah.
I'll take over leading because at this point I probably know where there's more. Yeah. And
Do you have the have it ready to show?
No.
I need you to have it ready to show.
What's that?
Just get it ready to show. Start looking for it now.
Go ahead.
While you look for it,
Okay.
I'm actually going to turn to Belmy just before we leave, and I'm going to hand him the amulet.
I'm not touching that.
I'm gonna
Fair.
it's not the one. I need you guys.
You promise.
I promise
Hey, give me
I
a
need-
dodger.
to look at it and see if you can figure out what it is. The dagger's the one that's causing all the chaos, and I will.
really not. It's whenever somebody holds both of them at the same time.
I don't
blaming my
think
dagger.
they like each other, and that's fine. We'll look at them one at a time. How about that?
I can hold them both fine. Don't do nothing to me.
Apparently.
Well, you special.
So DM, has it been consistently when both are being held at the same time? Because I guess the amulet was on me when I first
Yeah, you
took
were
the
holding the
dagger,
amulet at the
but I
very
wasn't
first
holding
moment.
it.
Right.
Well, you had it wrapped up and put away, so I guess.
No.
No,
When
before.
Lorna noticed the eye thing,
Gotcha.
you were not holding the amulet. You were just
Right.
holding the dagger.
So for Cattell, she's reading that as it's not a joint thing; it's reacting to the person holding it. At least that's what she's taking away from that. Yeah, I'm with Lexi. We're looking for a spot. The boys have the
I would
amulet.
have led to a spot that is.
Just be clear, who has the amulet?
Dodger.
Dodger.
Yep.
That's the.
And it doesn't do
right?
anything to you.
Yeah. Cattell's pretty
okay.
confident.
You're
that
okay.
The amulet.
He wouldn't trust the dagger though, because apparently the dagger's magical and it has to do with things, and he already has a magical weapon.
Well, that and Cattell keeps on saying it's the dagger. It's that she's not saying that it's always
Lorna
the
has
dagger.
dagger
She
and
is
it's in her
pretty
boot.
confident.
So
Yeah.
The dagger
is
is put away.
99% confident it's the dagger.
All right,
Okay.
I'm guiding Cattell, or I guess we're guiding each other.
We're following Lorna to
Lorna,
a private spot.
Oh, Lorna's coming too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she's not letting you out of
Okay.
sight with how injured you are. That is not happening.
When we get where I know that the gentlemen are not around. I need you to look at something. I need to make sure that it's not damaged.
Understood. And at this point, Cattell has a very professional and serious demeanor. She's gone from just normal Cattell to she's a soldier right now.
You can tell that I'm very upset and I'm totally freaked out. So I turn around and I lift my shirt up where you can see it, like pick it over my shoulder so you can see my back.
Mm-hmm.
And you see...
We'll talk about it next week.
What?
We'll stop there.
Cliffhanger.
That's not okay.
Wait, let me...
Not cool, bro.
I can grab the picture really quick and put it up.
To entice you.
Wait, how long have we been playing?
Wait, what? No.
It's not time to stop.
No.
I mean,
Yes, it is.
my character is still smoking and hasn't realized she's actually hurt.
Yeah, she like just falls over. Oh, she
No,
was actually dead
I-
10 minutes ago.
I figure she's much like Cattell right now. She is in that mode and her brain
Business
is there.
mode.
Because
gonna be a moment where-
Lexi's about to lose it.
Stop now. We're only at 2 hours.
Ish.
Three.
Almost 3.
Kids putting out
It still says
I like how it does. It says Cedric's
2
putting us.
hours. It hasn't switched to 3 yet, so it's only 2.
We always round down.
Exactly.
Aw, man. Now I'm gonna have to get all emotional again at the start of the next session.
Oh.
I'll tell you something sad before we get going.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, okay.
All right. So, next time on Ætherealms, we will find out what is going on with all of these half-revealed secrets and items passing around and just so much stuff. So tune in, and we will hopefully figure some more things out.
Yeah.
Or perhaps
I'm going to kick it over to Lore for our Lakeside Legendz shout-outs.
All right. Don't forget to visit our Discord, come hang out, talk about, dang it, I'm not on the right thing. Talk about your fantasy interests, do projects with your friends, make friends. On Friday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we play The Misfits, which is a Wizards of the Coast campaign. We are going to go kick Strahd's butt. It should be awesome. Discord is in the chat. obviously, Ætherealms is every Monday night at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time.
There you go.
I did it!
7:30 Central.
Yep. You can also go check out all of our social media. We are everywhere: TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Exactly. TikTok is where you can go duet some fun videos. Also, if you just want to go to our website, it has everything except for Ætherealms VODs, but the VODs are up on our YouTube channel. I'm still working on that. I went camping this weekend, so I haven't touched a computer until this very moment. So, I guess 2 hours ago.
Now she's super focused.
It's all good. Self-care is important.
It is.
She saw a squirrel.
I did.
Squirrel.
Okay, no.
A squirrel.
Real quick.
She did a picture of a squirrel.
Those squirrels were terrors. Okay, they are way too comfortable with
They're
people.
evil little creatures when they want to be.
One of them climbed up on me to get to our table where we were reading.
That's awesome.
It was not awesome. I was so mad. He touched me.
Consent, please.
I had one once run into my classroom. I was eating almonds, hopped up on my desk, took a handful of almonds, shoved one of them in his mouth, and took off with the rest of them.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
what just happened? Yeah, they are little
They're
thieves.
little terrors. Little terrors. Anyway,
Little rogues.
That's all I have.
I need that squirrel rogue.
Squirrel rogue. Oh gosh. Can you imagine?
That'd be fun.
The power.
Ooh, okay.
Look at Steve thinking.
I know. Like, ooh.
That's a one shot. There's that. What's it called? It's the animal like
Humblewood.
Humblewood. Yeah. Oh, that could be a fun one shot.
Count me in.
It's like Honey Heist, only we're all squirrels.
Right.
That'd be fun.
All right. All right. Great night, everybody. Thank you to the crew.
So many questions about it.
So many questions.
I know.
We have to wait a whole week.
I want to
Yeah, wait a
roleplay
week
some
to
more.
I know, me
answer
too.
Some of them.
I'm sorry. I just want to know Belmy's like whole meditation. I wanted a full description. It was just like he's over there meditating.
You can. He's gonna do it every morning. You can ask him.
We'll have
Next
him do
tomorrow
it. We'll have
morning.
him, yeah, you can do like a little write up on it, like what is,
Sorry.
so that way we can have a visual. So
Got distracted with
what
my
does
own
that routine look like?
my own
Stuff.
character's issues in her head.
Yeah.
I have issues.
Yeah. So all right, and for those of you watching, thank you for joining us here. As always, we look forward to seeing you next Monday. Till then, we'll see you all once again down by the
Lakeside.
Lakeside.
Good night.